Yes, come on, get in there. Welcome to the Top 4 podcast. My name is Peter. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm joined by special guest Lola. Go to me, go on.
At times, it's good to be at times. But yeah, I'm right. How's everyone doing? Did good?
Good. I'm joined by generous Dave, an Arsenal fan as well.
I've got questions for Murad and Peter, yeah? I'm not invited to the parade. I keep telling you, there's not going to be one. I'm telling you. You lot don't listen. All right, cool.
And
I got a question, but I'll come after that.
And I'm joined by Robinho, a Manchester United fan.
For the first time in about 3 to 4 weeks, I can finally say it. Hold tight, the 3-point collectors today, because we're here. It's been so long, but we've done it, boys. We've done it. Oh, I've got a bumper this week on Manchester United, but we'll get to that soon.
We'll get to that soon. Before the crew all join in as well, I want to ask you all individually, very quickly, off the cuff. What was your highlight of the Premier League weekend this weekend? Just very quickly.
Oh,
wait there, John.
There's a lot.
Wait there, John. And I'm also joined by Oscar, who comes in right at the nick of time, in injury time, a Chelsea fan.
What do you want me to say, guys? What do you want me to say? Huh?
What's going on at the bridge, mate? That's what I need to know.
When you find the answer, let me know, innit? Let me know.
Yo, Oscar, was you at the bridge on Sunday?
No. We thank God that I wasn't. Yeah, we thank God I wasn't. I had a ticket. I sold my ticket on Friday.
Ooh, that was clutch. That's a clutch move. But yeah, let's go around. I mean, Lola, you kick things off. What is your highlight of the weekend overall? Just a highlight.
I mean, I wasn't in love with the weekend, but I'd say, you know what it is? Out of pettiness, Rodri finally getting caught. It even has nothing to do with the fact that he'll miss the Arsenal game. Just in general, he just kind of gets away with a lot. So even if it's like a one-time thing, to see him actually get caught for it, I enjoyed it.
I hear that. David, what was your highlight of the weekend?
Sheffield United getting piped, blood.
Sheffield United holding core and lovely jubbly. Robinho.
My highlight, I forgot to do fancy this week. Got 100 points. Ooh. Moved up 16 places. We move. Wow.
100 points in fantasy. And Oscar, finally, what was your highlight of the weekend, mate?
I went to my mate's stag do. It was good.
anything on the Premier League at all? Anything you want to share football wise, or was you playing 11-a-side at the stag? Like, what's the link?
Nah, but we was doing archery. It was cold, man. I don't know what you want from me. You asked me my weekend, the highlight of my weekend. Like, what do you want? Do you want me to talk about this game?
Not even the game. I said your highlight of the weekend. It could have been anything. Yo,
when I said this game, I meant football, the entity. You want me to talk about that game? I'm not enjoying it this weekend. I'm not.
How about the fact that there was 8 different goal scorers for Newcastle United on the weekend? How about that?
Okay. I'll give you one highlight. I didn't get to fully enjoy it because I was too busy lamenting about my team. But I did love the fact that Jorginho cost Arsenal 3 points on the weekend.
Wow.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Hateration, holleration in the stancery. All right, let's get into the comment section. Of course, it's the reason why we're here. We're here for the fans, the people that are watching every single week. We start things off with Asad, who says, look, how's my season practically over already? I hate it here. The worst part of my week is when Chelsea play. Flipping mugs. I think Oscar concurs with that comment.
Have you ever known you're going to lose? Like last week, I predicted a Chelsea loss. I knew it was coming 7 days before it happened.
Look who you're talking to, but have you ever known?
I'm about to say.
Like,
all of our teams.
I don't think anyone predicted a Chelsea victory this weekend. Let's put it that way. Let's put it that way, John. David says, big up top 4. Have a blessed show. You done know. Big up David and L. Endo, big up the lads. Still can't believe a man said you are ready to squeeze off on a man. Liverpool cooking though. What's going on here? He says certain man's teams got outplayed by their little bros at home. Oh, Lord have mercy. Rodri lost me points. What's Rodri doing in your fantasy team is the real question.
Gusto lost points.
Who? Gusto. There you go, mate.
Gusto checked me as well. I can't lie.
There's a few people there. Good evening to the greatest football podcast to air on a Monday night when fake David was right once again. Moments FC. And as you can see,
I have a quick question before we get on to Arsenal. I need to know, when David says there's no parade, are we including an FA Cup or a League Cup?
There's no parade. You're not celebrating that, clowns. You're not celebrating. You said hashtag Champions Elect. I don't want to see no celebration.
No, I need to know.
No,
is it allowed?
they're not allowed. I'm not celebrating that. I don't want to come to that parade.
Or a League Cup,
I am not coming to that parade.
Or Champions League.
All right, or yeah. Unless it's the one with the big ears. Unless it's the one with the big ears on the Premier League, I'm not turning that blood. I'm not gate crashing. No other nonsense.
what,
And they're not.
not a cheeky FA Cup thing.
No one, Peter and Murad, you're not allowed to celebrate the FA Cup and League Cup. Go and celebrate the community. You're not allowed.
Are you mad?
You're not allowed, bro.
You'll find me at the GT community.
They said hashtag Champions Elect, blood. I need to see the big things. I see the big things, guys. You're not allowed.
Generous Dave saying, tell Mirad, tell him again. Endo says Oscar was literally crying in the comments last week. I want to see his reaction to the Villa loss. Of course, indeed. Mirad said Chelsea need to put a special request to change their name to West London Blues. I'm starting to feel pity. Excuse me, Murad?
I don't feel an ounce of pity.
Excuse me? How dare you? They are running. They're ruining the recent history of the club.
You know what? Yeah,
FIFA
is known as the game of like.
Whoa. EAFC. Right?
EAFC, whatever.
Goodness
the history dictates that that's the game of football. But Pro Evolution Soccer has a huge influence on the football. Because why are we naming teams West London Blues, Red, Merseyside Blue? Because of Pro.
Pro
had the streets. Yeah. And FIFA had the, you know what I'm saying? The corporate massive. There was a parade, Community Shield and Emirates Cup. Adrian saying, we're just with a little O there. And Mirad there saying champions eradicated. Hashtag champions eradicated. Interesting news, John. Seems like Mirad is going to be flexing away. Yo. Back on highlights of the weekend, Robin just reminded me. I was at the EAFC launch, which was sick.
Talk to them.
Yeah. Talk to the man.
Yeah, man. So I rolled down there. It was nice. A bit too a lot of the content creators were out there, but I did see Rio Ferdinand. I did see Eze. Who else is there? Alex Scott. That was me.
Alex Scott.
I just played the new FIFA, man. It's a good game, man. I don't really play PlayStation anymore, but it was a really good game.
Hey, what is there a PS5 in the yard?
Oh, I think.
Oscar,
I don't
know what's going on.
The internet.
The internet is mad still.
Right. Oscar, you need to find a new broadband deal because this can't be happening.
It's moving bookie. Anyway, before we get, we got one more comment there. Okay, AD has opened up the conversation here. Talk on the same way you talk on Bruno. Also, where was during the last 9 games of the title race? Okay, he's kicked
goals and assists in that one, so I don't know.
He's kicked things off. We can only start in the one place very, very quickly. Arsenal, North London derby, 2-2 against Tottenham Hotspur. Guys, if you don't mind, can I please have the stage for this first moment of the podcast? Because I've taken some notes and I'm upset. I must say I'm very upset. I'm very, very upset. Pissed off that we drew in the North London derby. Tottenham Hotspur, this was a weekend where we were meant to put them in their place. You know what I'm saying? Let them come back to size. Know what's going on here. Even Mr. Postecoglou, was wearing a suit ready for that Tottenham funeral, and I was thinking, you know exactly what time it is. But of course, what seems to go wrong at home for Arsenal in Premier League football always seems to be the repetitive pattern. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah? I mean, look, the left wing. Let's talk things here. Trossard injured, right? So the left wing, you're thinking, okay, maybe it's a Reece Nelson. You know what I'm saying? The head says Reece Nelson. The heart was saying Emile Smith-Rowe.
whatever the weather. But then I see Eddie and Jesus starting, and I thought, okay, so who's on the left then? And obviously, I'm seeing Gabby on the left, and I'm thinking, no, wait a minute. No. Jesus is a centre forward for Arsenal. Regardless of where he's been in Brazil or at Man City, he's up front. He's the number 9 for Arsenal since he's been at the club, okay? The substitutions in the game, bizarre. Of course, there were strange substitutions in the game. I don't really quite know why Jesus comes off, for example, right? Stupid mistakes yet again, costing us goals and games at the Emirates, okay? We've already had it in the Fulham game this season. We've seen it multiple times last season in terms of the stupid mistakes. I can't remember a team whereby, they come to the Emirates and they play us off the park and blah, blah, and, deserve the victory. Not many I can think of in the last 2 to 3 years. All I ever see is Arsenal mucking about. Whether it's David Raya with the first goal, where he palms it, it's like he's playing pat ball. He sort of palms it into the 6-yard box. But we've given Maddison the world over to pick a spot as well and look for Son. And Son, how Son scores with 3 defenders all around him, I have no idea. Jorginho in the middle of the park, trying to do a Cruyff turn at the Emirates at home when we've just gone 2-1 up. What was it, 20 seconds later? And all of a sudden, he's been caught, he's been intercepted in the middle of the park, and Tottenham go and score a second, right? We need to stop giving away goals at home. It has to stop. 1 clean sheet at the Emirates in the Premier League in 11. It has to stop. And the thing is, that clean sheet, I think, was, correct me if I'm wrong, Lola or David, it was the 5-0 at home to Everton last game of the season where nothing mattered. Where it didn't matter what was going on. Everton were up. Everton stayed up. We already lost the title. It was done. Yeah? The finishing has got to improve. I know this is David's favorite topic, is the centre forward. It's the marksman. It's the number 9. Listen, Arsenal have got to learn to be finishing chances. I'm sick to death of watching chance after chance. How many times now has Jesus missed big chances this season? How many times has Eddie Nketiah missed big chances this season? And they may not even seem big in the light of day at that moment in time, but when you look back at it, far too often we're missing chances. I can't understand it, right? Them two had howlers, I'm not going to lie. They had absolute howlers in the game. And you couldn't believe this was a North London derby. You couldn't. From an Arsenal fan perspective anyway. I don't know whether it was just a case of we were jittery, whether we were nervous, whether we were too frigging emotional. I'm sick of that as well, by the way. We're too frigging emotional at home. This team is far too emotional at home. We don't have the ice in the veins where we go out there and kill at home, okay? That's all I want to see is deadly. Spurs had about 2-3 shots on goal that were like, say, clear cut or whatever. Bang, burial, no long thing. Son clearly can finish. And I was saying this about Spurs last week. They score goals. One thing I'll give them, they score goals. Wherever they go, they score goals, right? And it's just, it's at the end of the day, it's not acceptable. I don't want to believe that Mikel has changed the tactics this year. I don't want to believe that there's something that he's changed tactics, which is why we're behaving differently this year as opposed to last year. I want to believe it that, teams have been sussing us out. They've learned how we played from last season. We're not the only team, of course, going for the league. Teams in the, if you take away the bottom 3, the new 3 that have been promoted, I believe that the league has got stronger. We've got a stronger West Ham. Obviously, Spurs are looking better. There's a few teams in there where you think, okay, maybe the kind of, to pick a top 4 today, it would be very difficult because you have to really, or top 6 anyway. You'd really have to look at each team individually and try and make your opinions there. But again, it will be very, very vague. Why are we so frigging passive at home? Why? At home, I'm talking about specifically. It's too frigging emotional. We're too passive. We're not moving. We're not got the energy. We're not quick. As soon as there was 2 times, I think, in this season where Arsenal played fast. I think, Lola, we had a conversation about this not too long ago. Arsenal played the ball quick and bang, we scored. Or we had like a very close shot on goal. And I can't understand why this is happening, okay? We are far too passive, okay? We need to... all this stop-start. Yesterday, it was stop-start. I don't know how many times you saw the referee blow the whistle. I don't know how many times you saw the referee, it just seemed like there was a free kick. There was a corner. It was just too start-stop. How many minutes, guys, I saw on Opta? How many minutes do you think the football was on the pitch in the North London derby? Don't think about it. It was 52 minutes. That's nearly 50% of a football match. It was so slow. People were yawning in the crowd. People were yawning in the crowd. They were
Really?
tired. It was boring. It got boring in the second half. Because
Really?
I think
There was-
I'm just thinking this was like the worst North London derby in a while.
yeah,
Not-
for sure.
On
For
both
sure.
What?
You know, and as you guys know already, you guys know this already, right? And believe me, I don't think I'm starting to bring this up now because it's of what's happened, right? But you guys already know I've never been all the way convinced with Lego Man up top, right? And at the end of the day, stop backtracking. I've kept.
Where's this energy been for the last 10 months?
What did I just say? All I said was I've never been fully convinced. That's been true, okay? And what I'm noticing here, what I'm taking my eye on, because all I could do at work yesterday was ask myself, what is it he's trying to do? I don't know what he's trying to do. And you know when I last felt like that? The pandemic. And you remember the pandemic behind closed doors, Arsenal? Do you guys remember who that was? The only difference is right now, we are unbeaten, we've won games and so on and so forth, right? We're still at the top end of the table.
You were at work. Like, you actually had things to do, but you can't do them because you're just like, what is Arteta doing?
I'm actually, as the game went on, I was asking myself that question. You know, at the end of the day, like, one of the Arsenal strengths is this, isn't it? We get goals from everywhere. I mean, turn it in. Have you not been watching the podcast for the last 3 years?
Nah, but Pete, come on. The past 10 months, your energy shifted.
What do you mean?
When the title was on, the energy shifted is what they're saying.
What did I say?
You as in there was never a moment where you
gave me that. You kept giving me that press. Yeah, you kept asking me them questions. You kept pushing me to that corner.
You backed Arsenal to win the league under Arteta.
Of course I did.
So how can you now come out and be like, I was never really fully on that Arteta train? I know you didn't say it.
What I'm saying is, no. What I'm trying to say is, I'm just so everybody is remembering what stance I had. And guess what? Some of the things that caught me, like, you know, some of the things that really made me not stand this person was what is coming to creep up again. It's creeping up again. The same things that happened back then, I'm seeing them in this team right now. The only difference is we're much better side, and it's a much better 11 at the end of the day. Okay, but let's not pretend like I was ever all the way in. Let's not do this because I never said I was.
Saying this, or if it was Lola saying this, I would hear it. But from you and Mirad, all I got was all in. That's what I got.
All right, I backed the team, and I was very clear on backing the team. Let's be very clear, okay? And you know I was very clear.
He was.
The number one target in January and in the summer, if it's not in January, it's got to be a striker. Simple as that. As simple as that. Dave has been tooting this horn for years, and it's as simple as that. Purely because I'm seeing far too many missed opportunities here for my liking. Okay, credit to Spurs. They got the result that they deserved. To be fair, to get a draw. And if you're a Spurs fan, you might even thought, do you know what? We could have turned this up a little notch. There was room for them to turn it up a little gear. But I think once Maddison and Son came off, you really start to see, you know what, there is no quality there when you get those two kind of players off the pitch. And, you know, that's all I could have really said about the game. I'm pissed off because this Spurs side ain't that good. They're not that good. And everybody's falling for the frigging media loving, the Ange ball and all this crap. Arsenal fans saying, I can't stand the fact that I like him or I can't hate him. Wait, just hold it there. 6 months later, the same thing you love about him, you will hate about him soon. Don't worry about that. I ain't falling for this Spurs stuff again. This happens every year. In September, I see man talk. September, they talk about Spurs. Every year, they talk about Spurs in September, October.
Why do you not like Ange?
What's there to like? What's there to like? All he says, listen, one thing I'll give him, if there's one thing I will give him this, the one thing I'll give him is this. He's not complained about his team once. Look at the shower of crap he's got. He's not complained about it. He got the tracksuit on and off he's gone. That's one thing I'll give him. Everybody else, your Ten Hags, your Mikels, your Contes, your Joses, your Klopps, name them. All they talk about is the deficiencies in their squad. And I'm sick to death of it. You're the frigging coach and the manager. Pull your trousers up and get your finger out and get on with it. So that's all I'll say on that. I'll give him credit for that much. But guys, I'm not believing what I saw over there. Not from them. We gave them 2 goals. Next.
Can I quickly go to the next panelist? Mirad talking about Mikel. He says Mikel tried to skip ahead in the playbook playbook, he tried to revise the philosophy and preempt what others would figure out how to play against his side before they actually tried to figure out. So basically, he steps ahead. He's messed himself up. He also added to that by saying the syllabus doesn't make sense to him. He's trying to sit an A-level maths with a C at GCSE. Interesting. Nath is saying, keep the pressure, guys, because last season Peter was doing up top red on this pod. We'll fight them on the beaches. Pete.
Wow, man's calling Churchill.
It's interesting because Peter, Adrian's saying, Peter, you can't deny the 180 in mood and performance. I'm talking about Tottenham performance.
Like I said, guys, go back in time every year for the last 3 or 4 years and go feel the temperature in August and September and October regarding Spurs. Let's not forget. People actually have amnesia. They forget what happens at the start of every season. They forget it. And every season at the start of the season, the only difference is, guess what? They don't even play that much attacking football. The only difference is that it's because Conte and Jose are not at the helm, where they come with that stigma of, parking the bus, low block, they wait and they counter and they do whatever else. And they're very, very defensively minded. Just the stigma.
I disagree on that.
Can I just say the reason I think that's a little bit unfair, is because Tottenham's run has not actually been like the easiest run. They've been to the Emirates, they've played United, they've had a couple of difficult games first. They weren't so difficult. They've scored a lot of goals. They've scored a lot of goals. You know what I mean?
Did you say their run has been difficult?
As in, they played in the first 6 games, they played Arsenal and United.
Yeah, and what were the 4? What was the other 4?
I think opening day they had Brentford away. They had a home game to I can't remember. I'll be real.
They played Burnley.
They played Burnley, Bournemouth, Sheffield United, and friggin' and the first one you mentioned, I think Brentford.
Yeah.
Let's not. And did you want? And look at Conte and friggin' Mourinho and them lot will be getting wins in them grounds as well.
Yeah, okay, but Conte and Mourinho are established. Hold on. Conte and Mourinho are established top tier managers. We've seen that from them. Ange came, and this is Ange coming into the Premier League for the first time. We don't know what my man's about. He was managing Celtic and flipping Perth. Come on, man.
Oh, is that what we're doing?
No, but
is that what we're doing?
Just say, no one's saying Tottenham going to win the flipping league. No one's saying that. But first couple games, he's done all right. Give him his due.
I didn't say he's not done all right. I'm just saying, like, there's a massive loving over Tottenham and himself, which is not warranted.
They look good. They're what? They third in the league. They look good.
They look. Oh, okay. See, that's where you fall for it. Where are they in the league? Third. They look good. Okay. They were
6 games.
They were top. They were top when they played us in the North London derby 2 years ago under Nuno. They were top. They were top in December under Mourinho, however many seasons ago that was, and they were fighting. They were playing well at the start of last season with Conte. So I don't quite know what's going on here.
Okay, so I mean, we could go around in circles. Let's just move on.
Anyway, yeah, go ahead.
Endo says we gave them 2 goals. Like they didn't give you 2 goals as well. You got outplayed and you sound very bitter.
Endo just
You see. Look at comments like this.
Endo likes to use the word out.
They've had the hardest start, yet you're level on points. So what now?
Leave because Endo likes to say words that doesn't actually know the actual meaning for them, so that's fine.
Is he wrong here though?
Not on that one. I talk about the word outplayed because that's a lie. If you actually watch the game, it's actually a factual lie.
And he's going on like, if you give away a penalty, right? If you handball the ball in the penalty area, which in fairness to Romero, right, he knew nothing about, but the reason the penalty is given is because he stopped a goal scoring, a goal basically with his hand, okay?
He should have got a red card, by the way. I was saying that yesterday.
No, you can't get double jeopardy anymore. They don't do that anymore.
It didn't happen to Reece James, or did they change it after that?
No, they stopped it quite a while ago. I think like after the pandemic, they stopped it.
Reece James was on the goal line, so I think that was different.
No, but same thing. It's like literally legit blocking it from going in. So is that the same thing?
I don't know the rule. I'm not speaking on it.
Or after. If not, if they change it afterwards, then it's fine.
Yeah, as far as I knew that there was double deputy. I felt like it was after the pandemic, and then we got like full fans back. I just remember there was like a rule change somewhere along there. If you're saying Reece James was one, I'm not entirely sure. I'll need to go and watch that back and see what exactly they sent him off for.
Reece James one was on the goal line. It was like he just stopped the goal.
It wasn't even about him being on the goal line. It was literally because he legit blocked it from going in.
Yeah, if he's intentionally blocked it, I think that's a bit. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They were saying that, look, if we're going to send the player off, if you're going to give a penalty, you won't send them off in that same breath. Now, whether that's Reece had a second yellow or whether he got a straight red, I can't remember.
Straight red.
What game was this? Sorry, what game was that?
It was the year after we had just won the Champions League. That new season under Tuchel, when Lukaku had just joined Chelsea, we drew 1-1 against Liverpool. We were 1-0 up, and then that penalty happened. They went 1-1, and then we had the whole second half with 10 men.
Interesting. Yeah, so it seems like it changed that year. That's interesting. Okay. Say again?
I was going to say, me and David go, or is it still more comments?
Yeah. Run, Lola.
Yeah.
Before you go, I have a question on Peter. For Peter, quick question, because I actually don't know. Is Rice okay?
It's fine.
And number two, talk to me about your 65 million pound signing.
No. This is not the Havertz day. By the way, no. This is not the Havertz day.
I just want to ask. It's not the Havertz day.
Talk on him later, so it's fine.
It's definitely the Havertz day.
No, it's not. Why is Havertz in this conversation? Because look, Daniel Craig is stepping down. Oscar, let's have it right, yeah? I'm all for everybody having a conversation about Eddie. I'm all for you having a conversation about Jesus, Ødegaard, if you wanted to mention him, Mikel, who holds the brunt of this conversation. We do not need to bring Havertz into this conversation. This isn't the day.
See, we've all heard the rumors. Daniel Craig is stepping down. There's a new 007 on the scene, and his name is Kai Havertz. We have to discuss it.
Listen. I'm not going to repeat my thoughts on Kai Havertz. I'm not talking about Kai Havertz until the whole season's finished. He's got a year off for me. He's got a year.
Let's go into Lola's review, because we're taking long.
To kind of blanket this now, if I continue, I think about 3 players, in my opinion, played at least at a minimum of a 6 out of 10 in this entire game. I could bring in Rice, but he got injured halfway, so I'm not going to bother people who played half a game. So we'll leave Rice. So I said 3 players, in my opinion, played at least a 6 out of 10 for this game, and they were the 2 centre-backs and Saka. Other than that, every other single player... No, I'll be fair and say Jachenko was all right. Everyone else was a nonsense in the North London derby, in my opinion. And I also don't think that Spurs were fantastic either. I think I mentioned the point earlier where I said, if everyone remembers the game that we played Southampton, that Arsenal played Southampton, and there was the conversation about how when Lavia was on the pitch, Arsenal's midfield couldn't do anything. Ødegaard was marked, was more quiet. The exact same thing happened in this game with Arsenal. The second Rice was off pitch is when Maddison had his joy. Don't get me wrong, he had the assist for Son's goal, but if you actually look at the game and aren't doing it because you don't like Ødegaard and you want to have a bit of fun with the whole Ødegaard-Maddison thing, we didn't do anything until Rice got off the pitch and we put on the fake Brazilian, Italian, whatever the hell he is in the midfield. So that's that kind of...
Man like George. We love George.
You see why I call him George? I'm going to say it now, and I'll go back to my point later. I have despised Jorginho for seasons. I despised him at Chelsea when they were gassing him up. I didn't rate when he was high on the Ballon d'Or. I don't think he was good in the Euros. All these things he was getting was like a weird one. And then yesterday, I said to Sophia earlier, out of pure agenda and like just a bit of warmth in my heart, when Jorginho was asked when he came on, I smiled because in my chest, the way I've been attacked by bare Arsenal fans who want to gaslight me into pretending that Jorginho is a good player. He is not a good player. I don't care if you won Champions League with Chelsea or the Euros with Italy. I have seen this man. And people are going to say, oh yeah, it was only the one mistake that he messed up in the thing that led to their goal. If you watch that game back, That exact same thing happened multiple times in the game. The difference is the players said, "Ah, no, we can't leave this guy anymore. He's supposed to be senior, but we can't leave him anymore." So they just covered this. They just covered for him, and he kept getting lost up the field. I said, everyone who wants to gaslight me into pretending Jorginho is some next level. You see what happens when he's on the pitch. Enjoy that.
Was he not left on his own though?
No,
Would you not argue?
Wasn't.
Wow.
Let me hear what I'm saying on that one. Because the same way we've played Partey in that exact same situation, the same way we've played Brighton in that same situation, they don't go. Peter, there's literally no excuse to how he managed to lose the ball there. You can't tell me because he was pressed about 4 or 5 men who were available for him to give the ball to if he couldn't 100% control the ball. He lost it and he just kind of looked confused and he got done. And even if you look at the entire game, watch how many times he got pulled out because he tried to like lunge into a tackle and then got left. And then Maddison or Basuma or Sarr or whoever came on off the bench ran straight into that pace. I'm not hearing the excuse of, oh, he was left on the island all the time. He did last season as well. People covered it up because there was the euphoria of the Aston Villa non-goal that he did not score because it was an own goal that had covered the majority of the boredom and midness that he did the entire season. But we'll leave that. That's the second goal. Odegaard was bad. I love Odegaard. What?
Can I just chime in on something on Jorginho for a second? Because the way that Jorginho plays as a footballer, he's fantastic at what he does. And I think people forget that he has these bozo moments in him. He does this often. He does this often. And as a leader in your team, yeah, for somebody to get the ball, and Peter said, oh, he was on his own. You're a centre midfielder. You had the ball in centre midfield. There was options left. There was options right. Don't tell me you're on your own.
Oh, were they, Oscar? Were they? Remember when he gets tackled for the ball?
No.
Peter, when he gets tackled for the ball. Go tell me there was options left and right.
He could have passed it back to Benny.
Go have a look at Oscar. Go see where Benny was. Go have a look where Benny was.
That's what I'm saying. He could have passed. Okay. He could have passed it to either Saliba. He could have passed it to Gabriel. He could have passed it back to the keeper if it was that good. He could have launched it forward if he was that terrified. He tried to do something he's not capable of doing, and he got caught for it. So that's by the by. We go back to the actual start of the game. Odegaard, who's my top 3 favorite players at Arsenal, he had a bad game. Nothing wrong with saying that.
He had a great start. What did you say? He had a great start, no? Because I felt like in the first half. I'm talking as a whole. You can point to starts where he was good because he did start off good. He was a pressing machine. He was doing those things. He actually was. I think the booking affected him though.
If I'm looking at the whole, I think as much as I like the guy, he's one, in my opinion, one of the best creative midfielders or the midfield, whatever position he is. He's one of the best in the league. So for me, I can say it with my chest and not feel like I'm being slandered. He was poor. He was poor that game. He was both either marked out of it. The yellow card did affect him a bit, so he stopped going into some of the tackles he usually goes into. But you're better than he's good enough to find other ways to do something, and he didn't. But that is what it is for that.
Can I say one thing on Odegaard? I think it's unfair only because I think yes, the yellow card definitely affected him, definitely, and he didn't. But he was the one that was leading the press throughout our team. When he was pressing, everyone then done it, and when he stopped pressing, for whatever reason, nobody else pressed.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, as valid as that point is, you can find other ways to influence the team, and he didn't do that. He's the captain.
Would you say he was poor? Would you say he was poor? Would you say that he was marked out of the game?
I said there's only 3 players in my 3 or 4 players that I could say was a 6 out of 10 and above, and Odegaard was not one of them. So that's what that is for there. I think he just he wasn't there. But I will say, people who want to pretend like he goes ghost in big games, I beg, big guy did. We've seen him score against every other big game, big 6 team, whatever big. He's scored enough, he's assisted enough, he's ran games enough. Or one game doesn't now destroy everything else because he wants to be fun. Don't bring up Bruno because I've seen what he does. He scored against Burnley. Oh my gosh, he's sick again. Calm yourself. So we'll leave that one there. Eddie Nketiah is horrendous. There is nobody in this life.
Your defense is in trouble.
Because don't get me wrong, Payment has made me extend the grace to him. But let's have it right. How he managed to play 100 minutes of this game was a mystery. And it's not a mystery, sorry. It's Mikel Arteta. Because I don't understand how you saw the entirety of the field and it was Vieira, it was Jesus, it was whoever else that came off the pitch. But Eddie Nketiah was the one. He wasn't even lucky to even not get a red card in this game. This is how bad he was.
Yeah, I thought he deserved the red for
He
sure.
was, he was
That's definitely a red.
He was lucky. The only reason it wasn't a red is because you know that whole thing, because it was like one leg that did it, and it was like stars down, that whole thing of like loopholes around it. He got away with it, but he was lucky then. This was the worst game I've ever seen from him ever. He was bad. Like, it wasn't even funny. He was bad, and he managed to play 100 minutes. He couldn't hold up the ball. He couldn't pass the ball. He couldn't spin. He just had to run one time and got easily chopped down. It was a waste of everyone's time. I think I might have said it on this pod in the comments or whatever. I'm on to another player now. I'm not on to him, but I'm going to speak on him. The Arsenal fans who jumped the gun about Ramsdale and Raya, I want to ask them to come forward and tell me the big difference between the two. Because you were praising him for his kicking and his composure and all this distribution thing. He was playing PSV, who let us do what we wanted. When he was playing, who did we play with the other one? He came on the pitch in the Premier League. When we were playing Everton, when he didn't give any threat really. But in the game that actually had a bit of pressure, where was his distribution that was so loaded? Where was his composure on the ball that was so loaded? Where was his sense in the goal when he, for some reason, kept the ball in for their first goal? Where was all this, oh my gosh, he's clear of Ramsdale stuff when he was in goal? Because I've been calling out for bare games and saying it's 2 games. I still haven't seen anything that's clear of Ramsdale for people to be acting like he snatched his chain. He's so clear. And look at the game. The first game where it was actual kind of good quality pressure on him, he played games the way that Ramsdale was apparently playing games. If Ramsdale's in goal today did the exact same thing, I promise you, the vitriol that would be on our boy's head would be mad. And I don't even love Ramsdale.
Valid. But that's valid.
And
Lola, that's valid because Ramsdale has done it constantly for Arsenal for as long as he's been there. Raya, okay, yeah, he made a mistake and he had an absolute howler. Let's not pretend Raya is not better than Ramsdale. Let's not.
I was gonna ask.
No. Let me finish. I didn't say there's a. I'm just saying, based on the speed of it, I am not gassed on Raya. I wasn't gassed when he came in. I haven't seen anything to the fact of saying he's definitely clear of Ramsdale. And all I'm pointing out is the fact that it took one game where we had decent opposition, where I'm seeing the same exact performance of what Ramsdale's playing for. I'm not saying flame Raya. I'm saying I'm keeping the same energy that I started with. And it's just
I'm just saying.
For me, I didn't rate Raya as high as some people do, and it's clear. But I'm just saying the way people were using Raya's performances to slap Ramsdale, and then he does this in the following game. I'm just
saying, Ramsdale hates you, Lola. Don't you worry. We saw the claps.
I think the JJ's miss at 1-0 was criminal. JJ's miss, that was funny. The JJ's miss at 1-0 was criminal. I love JJ's, but that's criminal. I'm so sorry. How have you managed to blam it to Mars? Even if he scuffed it, it would have gone in or at least hit the target. Yeah. How he managed to
go over?
I don't understand it. It confused me. The Eddie Nketiah one,
that doesn't make sense.
Where he didn't get on target again. You can tell me the tight angle. I've seen Saka and Bearman. And if Nketiah is as great a striker people have talked about, he should have done the same thing. He messed up on that one as well. Yeah, I hate Jorginho. I think the energy of White is growing every single game. People know me. I'm not a massive Ben White fan. I think he's been good. I think he improved. But this season,
he was awful.
Fueling my agenda against him because he's been poor. He has been poor, and no one could convince me otherwise. He's been poor defensively. He got multiple times rinsed versus PSV. He's been off in the previous games, and this game, I don't even know what he was doing for the first goal. I don't know where he was for the other goal.
Where's the overlap, Ben?
It was just hilarious. And then again, my full Gary Neville was also an idiot, by the way. Him talking about the second goal that Spurs scored was because of Arsenal emotion was a lie. Because personally, from what I've seen it, when we scored the second goal, even though we celebrated, it wasn't as big as I expected it to be. And I saw bare of my friends who were saying, "Oh, we still need to keep the guide." I didn't see the emotion, but we've seen Arsenal emotion when we score. That was not the same Arsenal emotion. So
no, definitely not.
To chat. That mistake was purely Jorginho, had nothing to do with emotion, but that's by the by.
Yeah.
Like I said, Ben White is, but the majority of my vim is on Arteta. His subs were nonsense. His formation was nonsense. His timing was nonsense. You brought on Reece. When I the thing is, when I saw Reece Nelson, yeah, come on, I was like, cool. We're gonna move Jesus central. I see Jesus come off for Eddie. I said, what's going on? Saka
Bro, I had to ask them.
Injured at least 10, 15 minutes before he got subbed. He was playing left back because he literally couldn't run, and we kept him on until past the 90th minute. For ESR when he should have come on time ago because both Odegaard and Saka. It was a phenomenon. And then,
Man,
like I said,
I was in shock when they told me in my ear. I was in shock.
I agree with Peter saying about the 007 thing, which is funny. People can run down. I don't care about habits anyway. This is not the game for me to say that I'll like flame him because he didn't do anything. He wasn't good. He wasn't there. He was just kind of there. He just came on because without Rice, if we would have kept Vieira on, the physicality of the already lack of physical midfield would have been worse. So we needed someone big to at least attempt to show some kind of steel in the midfield. So I understood the double sub of putting Havertz on, but the guy is nothing. He hasn't. I didn't want him in the first place. He's been. He wasn't. He was kind of. He was just there. So, but I'm not gonna like pin this game or like leave or go in on him in this specific game. He didn't do anything. There were worse players. There were players who were way more to talk about in this game than him. But this game for me, the 2-2 in terms of like the entirety of the game, it's fair. If you want to go by XG things, we should have won. But that's by the by. If you look at it, the 2-2 makes sense. When they took off Maddison and Son, even me I wasn't happy with the game. There was literally zero fear in my heart that Spurs were going to score and make it 3. So the game.
Yeah, I agree. When those two came off, I said, why?
Even if they were on.
Yeah.
Screw
And
this.
Something. I don't know if people watched the game. If you ever watched the game, there was a situation, but they didn't look at it in VAR. Did Udogie not handball the ball? When there was a corner or a cross that came in, and I know for a fact it touched his hand, but they didn't even look at it. So I just think we should have probably had another pen, but we'll leave that one. I don't really care if we weren't actually great. I'm just saying in terms of the scheme of it all, that whatever. And also, I think someone brought up Saka. Saka was good. I think he could have done more. But like I said, he was one of the people I think was 6 out of 10 at a minimum because I thought he was good. Or you can be good and still do more. So he was for me around a 6.5 out of 10. He could have and should have gone out Udogie more because Udogie was arse in the first half. We got him a yellow card and we let him off the leash. The fact that
him off the hook. Yeah,
we let him off the hook. Saka should have done more. But it was looking like it. It wasn't.
Lola, how many times has that happened? How many times is that sentence that you've just said?
And I do think it's a tactic thing because there's a weird thing that happens where we kind of stopped playing quick and then do a lot of like slow build up, doesn't do anything kind of stuff, and it's whatever. But I do want to end this little rant I had on saying that once again I was proven Romero is a horrible centre back. He's done it again. He's proven it again and running it. He's bad. He's bad. There's too many games I've seen of him where he's actively the reason why Spurs lose or draw a game. You can do this faces all you want. It's factual. You can watch it.
Listen, he got saved
what annoys me,
by
is
a VAR.
The thing is,
But that's the story.
Spurs is that Dutch guy. He was the best one there. Romero was.
And even then, Lola, even then, I'm sick to death of these newbies coming to our ground having good performances. We should have killed them. They were there to be eaten alive. Spurs were there to be carved. They were there to be carved if we played our ball. But
also,
too often, I'm seeing us not playing our ball.
And also, I forgot to add this one. Also on Arteta, I find it hilarious that the games where we actually played well in the attack had Eddie Nketiah was nowhere to be seen. But for some reason, he keeps forcing it back deep it. The Community Shield girl, the Community Shield game, even though we drew, went on penalties, there was no Eddie Nketiah. The PSV game, there was no Eddie Nketiah. Both those games, we played well fluid football. We put Eddie Nketiah back in the team. Oh my gosh, we're static. Shock? I don't think so. The guy is rubbish. He's rubbish. He's bad. He's a bad centre forward.
David, man, go through.
Oh, funny.
Can I speak now?
Go through.
We've spent 45 minutes bloviating about this result. I've been speaking for years. This game just sums up everything I've said is correct. Peter, what happened on Wednesday, the 20th of September?
Laid the smackdown on PSV Eindhoven.
And then what did you WhatsApp in the group at 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon?
What did I watch?
I need to look at this.
You put the starting lineup.
Ah,
What did you add after?
What, Trossard injured?
I remember.
Trossard injured. And what have I been saying consistently? Medical team needs to be fired. Why? We build chemistry and then a mad injury happens. Yeah? Have I not been saying this? I said this last season. What happened? We've already started. You've started again. And who played injured with a back injury? After the game on Sky Sports, what did Arteta come out and say about Declan Rice?
I didn't see it. What did he say?
He was playing with a back injury.
You say that?
And we had to hook him up.
You say that?
Lola.
Ironically, David. Ironically, he had ice around his calf, which apparently he was carrying all summer.
I know. I was going to say I was going to swear I won't do that.
Now look.
Back injury.
Now hear the stories. Everyone is saying, I'm seeing everyone on YouTube or FTV, everyone's talking calf. Arteta's now come out back. I'm like, what the hell is going on here, bro? The guy who's been playing 37 games with West Ham, including Europa Conference, not injury once. He comes to Arsenal, he's injured. Guys, I keep telling you, we're not going anywhere. I've tried to tell you for years. There's always something. Always something. How Jorginho, Euro winner of Italy, Champions League winner, Premier League winner, making stupid mistakes, blood. Do you know why? Up here, blood. Man, them are not switched on. There's no excuses for that nonsense, blood. You score a goal.
You see what he tweeted or put on Instagram the day before?
I don't even know why.
He put I think it was Instagram or Twitter where he put a photo of him and Saka in training saying, I think don't you can't press me, brother. The day before. And then what happens when they go press this game?
You're joking.
Look at
Guys, listen. Here's the thing with Arsenal, bro. All these man, you need to get off social media, bro. You're not serious about football. You're not.
Yeah, get off.
Just get off social media. I don't want to see no tweets, bruv. Forget about it, blood.
I even
my team is not serious, bruv. I need them
Holland,
to be serious,
tweets,
bro.
Yeah, he scores
Adrian, stop it. Adrian, stop it.
Adrian, you know what you're doing there. You know exactly what you're doing.
Adrian.
You talk about the wrong things, man. Like
Big man.
Listen,
He's done a treble. He done a treble in his first season. He's allowed to tweet and whatever he wants. Do your business on the pitch and then start tweeting. That's been always my excuse, man.
Title race, man. You're talking about tweets. I saw man when Haaland scored the second goal against Nottingham Forest at home. Oh, give City the league now. League done. Are you mad? You've never been
there. The league is
before.
done.
The
league is done.
Get out. Close the screen.
Adrian, you're there. You go for it. You go for it.
Man are jokers.
You go for it.
The minerals. Look what you're talking about.
Yeah. We don't have the minerals. I've been saying this last season. What did I say last season?
He's been saying it.
Adrian, look who you're talking to. Look who you're talking to, lad. I've been called fake David. I've been banned from the parade. Bruv, what are you talking about, blood? Don't get me annoyed, bruv. My team is not serious. I've been saying this all year, last year, and I said it today, bruv. Look at this guy, bruv. Man, they were not serious, blood. Do your talking on the pitch, bruv. Get off social media, man.
Don't know if
you
you
said you
can't.
did you say Popeye?
Papi, don't come to press, Papi.
That's a why. Delete. Oh, is that posted up?
Yeah, I told you. I saw it.
So why?
How did you find that?
And you're saying I'm talking about the wrong thing, bro. The man, them are not right up here,
no, not you. I mean, it's indicative of where you man act like you're folk, like, bro, win a title race.
Because my team is not focused, bro. We're not focused. I've been complaining about this since last season, blood. I said this is why the reason we're not going to win the league, bro.
AD, you can't deny that there's something not quite right at Arsenal. You can't deny that. You can't deny that.
I don't know. What do you think's going on?
I don't think Arteta has decided to do something that doesn't make any sense. I think someone said it earlier, talking about Xhaka holding their foot. No, the issue isn't. Like, I always love people love doing this thing where if a player leaves and a team doesn't automatically get better, it's because that player left. No, I said before.
It's not personnel. Yeah.
To replace that player properly. We decided to spend 65 mil on a player who's been bad for seasons
3 years in a row.
on the hope and miracle that he's going to somehow play like he did in the Bundesliga. When he was on the right side, we brought a centre forward to play left centre mid. He never plays on the left centre mid. He either played on the right or up top. That's what we spent 65 million on, rather than I don't know, getting an actual kind of body in the midfield who can either progress or you can actually play in the midfield. And that's what I'm looking at when I say this isn't some kind of social media thing. This isn't some kind of witchcraft. This isn't some kind of conspiracy. This is a case of Arteta doing the most and pinning his hat on the wrong people. He's pinned his hat on Eddie Nketiah. He hasn't shown you a reason why you pin your hat on him. He's pinned his hat on Jorginho when he's shown you how slow and pointless he is. He's pinned his hat on Kai Havertz, who hasn't shown anyone that he's actually good enough, but you spend 65 million on him. There's a pattern of like dying on the hill on players. I can guarantee you, unless we like actively kick him out, Havertz is not going to leave until he goes on the free. That's how I see that's what's going to happen. I don't think he's going to get any better. I think he might, but I guarantee you, if you put this thing, unless you force someone out, like I promise you, on I want my life, I like my life. On someone who I don't like his life, yeah. If Willian wasn't, if his like contract wasn't terminated, and he wasn't like no one liked him like that, and the probably didn't, Arteta would have kept him and continued him again to prove that he was right. The same thing's happening with Eddie Nketiah, and it's also why I'm confused as to why he gave Reece Nelson a new contract.
Please, Lola, talk to them.
That's what.
Like personally, I rate Reece Nelson. I think he's a good footballer. When I say I rate him, I don't think he's like freaking Vinicius. I'm just saying I think he's a good footballer. But I'm looking at it purely on the kind of like logical sense. You gave this guy a new contract. The time comes when your two left wingers are unavailable. Your choice was to put Eddie Nketiah up top and shift out your better centre forward to the wing rather than actually picking your winger. You have two other wingers, by the way, in ESR and Nelson. But you thought, let me play Eddie Nketiah, who's been bad all season, and then shift out our actual good centre forward who has shown that when he plays, he's better in general for the team. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm saying. Is like, and why I've never ever been fully on Arteta's side. If he did a little run last season, it's madness. So it's like the number thing doesn't bother me because I don't believe in that kind of stuff. That's just how I feel about it. I don't care. His number is 14, cool, whatever. But I'm just saying in general, him getting new contract didn't understand me. I don't understand why he gave Reece a new contract if you weren't actually going to play. And you get what I mean? It's these things. Because in my opinion, the quality of players, people can laugh at what they want. For the most part, it's good enough to actually like challenge. Whether or not it win it, I didn't predict to win, but you know what I mean? Like we're not a bad like team. But the tactics he's put in place doesn't make sense for what if you know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. That he's done things that doesn't actually make sense. He's slowed down the play, he's putting people in the wrong places. And again, I'm not focusing on him, but the purchase of Kai Havertz made sense when there's other players in the world that would have worked actually better, who actually know how to play in midfield. It would have made more sense.
What sort of players are you talking?
Literally, I'm not saying like Nunez specifically, but you know, an actual midfielder, not a centre forward who you want to push into them because you want to prove you're actually a good coach. Like an actual midfielder. That's all I'm saying is like if you went after an actual centre midfielder who can actually play in centre midfield, then that's calm. But you bought a striker who had played in the midfield.
First off, what is Kai Havertz actually?
He's no, because like if I'm basing on recent history, he's centre forward. You can tell me that he played 10.
It's a CF. Yeah.
Rather than striker, so he's a centre forward. But his entire career, he's been playing second striker, centre forward 10. He's not doing that here. What you've done is now you've put him in the left centre mid, hoping that because you're so genius that you can fix this. But he hasn't shown you the reason why he is that. He's very soft. He can't do it. And it's hilarious, but it's gonna bite him in the ass. I'm gonna laugh because I already assumed we're going to finish second or third best anyway before this started. I said that you can look it up, whatever. But this is gonna make it even more harder because he's done stupidity to do it as opposed to actually like fighting for something big and you just fall short. That's what's gonna happen.
Lola, I can't lie. All I want Mikel to do from now till Christmas, coaching, tactics, stop conceding goals at home. We score 2, 3, 4 goals at home, and we sometimes draw. Okay, you scored. You take the lead twice in the North London derby. Twice. I leave with 3 points.
Peter, let me tell you something.
It's not for debate. I need. You know what I want? Clean sheets. In fact, I'm going to bring a bed sheet next weekend and hang it right in front of the goal net, and I want to see it clean after 110 minutes of football. That's all I ask. All I ask. All I want. I don't get. Listen, let me tell you right now. Would I snap? I'm breaking all of your legs for a 0-0 against Man City. I'm breaking all of them. I'm breaking all of them.
I hear that. You know what? I hear that.
I'm breaking all of your legs for them. I'm breaking them all. Listen, I'm keeping my body intact. All of your legs are gone for a 0-0 against Man City. Let's be very clear. Because my point is this.
Why am I involved? Hold on. Why am I involved?
Just because I'm stressing my point. No conversation needs to be had about Kai Havertz, about Jorginho, about Eddie Nketiah, about Jesus. I don't give a toss, okay? I need clean friggin' sheets. That's all I want. From now till Christmas, your coaching is on the line. Get this team to stop being emotional at home. I need ice cold veins. Kill.
But we don't have it. I'll tell you now, Peter. We don't have it.
No.
My number 9.
It's my listen. Listen.
It's a request. I hear what you're requesting.
I'm not here for opinions, David. It's very simple. There's an assignment set here for this man, okay? And this man has to do it.
No. And I'll tell you right now. Hey, Robbie, relax, blood. Relax. You have been talking for time. Relax. This is not happening. It's not happening.
Peter said absolutes. Nothing.
I know what you want. You think I don't want it? Peter thinks I don't want to win the league. I'm telling you, we don't have the tools, blood.
He didn't even say win the league. He said a draw.
Oscar,
I know he wants to win the league.
Oscar, you understand my conversation here. We have one clean sheet at the Emirates. What are you talking about? And also, teams like Southampton scored 3. Teams like Bournemouth scored 2. Teams like Tottenham with no Kane have got 2. So my point is this. You do not win Premier League titles if you don't keep clean sheets at home.
I hear that.
Leicester went down last season. They scored twice at the Emirates. Okay? Bournemouth twice at the Emirates. Fulham twice at the Emirates this season. Okay? Who was down last year? Listen, one I can
forgive. Scored 3.
One I can forgive. The 2s and 3s are a scandal. They're a scandal. They're a scandal.
Do you see what Ramsdale done?
When you get the chance, go back and watch the goals Spurs scored. It's a farce. It's a friggin' farce. And it doesn't matter who the team is. Whether it's Forest, Bournemouth, Spurs. City scored 3 at the Emirates. 3! And that's your title rival. And they're coming there putting 3 in your net. Get the hell out of here. Clean sheets.
No, I want the window.
But I'm confused as to why you
doing that. We've been there. We've had the wins, and then the non-clean sheet. No, check it. Last season we weren't keeping clean sheets all year, and it bit us on the backside at the end of the season. Let's go back to basics. I want foundation. Give me the flour.
Well, Graham.
All right.
I'm answering that.
The topping. All of you don't want the topping on the pizza. The dough is missing, blood. You know, later on in May, that same dough ain't gonna last like it did in October. You know
No, just sliding for your fingers.
Sliding through. No integrity from no integrity.
You know when you accidentally you cook it on a metal tray and it just.
Bruv, have you man ever had a cheesecake? Yeah, where it's not firm. It's like a flan, like a mousse thing. What? I need some integrity in my cheesecake. Firm. You know what I'm saying? A bit of depth. A bit of girth. You know what I'm saying? All right, next.
Yo. No. Say what you say.
No, I'll just say. I was literally just saying. That's a specific question. I will always take a win over a draw. So that's my whole thing. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I think the people in the comments can understand Peter's sentiment. Obviously, he'd rather win against Manchester City. But the statement about Arsenal keeping clean sheets needs to get hit.
That's facts. I am going to point out that I'm just saying a lot of the ones, especially this season, the goals conceded at home. I'm just going to point out again on my agenda. I don't care if it's agenda. I'm running it. We've been down that wing from that white boy. I'm just saying. Down that wing, that white boy that's getting it in. I'm just saying it's consistent, and I'm tallying because it keeps happening. And I swear, and if it wasn't for the evilness of Timber being injured, he would have been out the team already. Because I can see it whenever I look at situations that happens on that right back thing.
No,
I can see it that he's getting annoyed with it, but he can't do anything because no one's there.
No, but what are we talking about? I saw that's his signing.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. I'm adding it to tally. I'm saying a lot of these things.
Hold on. This is his signing. 50 mil, you know. Are you telling me? Listen, move on. Let's move on to Chelsea.
Wait.
50. This is what annoys me about Arsenal fans. We now reminisce. Good grief. You see what I'm saying?
But also,
do you know what annoys me?
But David, you spent 50 mil on a centre back, and he's now your permanent right back.
And we're saying he's trash.
Oh, sorry. I didn't say it was trash. I said he's been poor.
He's been you're saying Arteta sees that this one is not doing the business. He needs to go. We spent 50 mil.
I'm saying
we spent 50 mil.
We spent 50 mil. Don't get me wrong. And it was. And what I'm going to say is going to sound mad in terms of like we spent 50 mil, but in him as a player, I personally didn't rate him when we bought centre back, but I thought he improved. But for me, that is a backup. There's a backup centre back and a backup right back. The way he's been playing, if Timber's fit, you play him immediately. And this is not a shock in anyone's faces. If they know me, no, I don't love the guy. I think he's a player that has improved and he's better than I thought he was. But as what he's been doing, especially this season and the back end of last season, too many things happen down his stuff that he can't handle. He gets a little body twitch, not even a full feint. If you twitch at him, he gets bluffed and he loses that. He gets turned a lot into space.
Don't worry.
If you look back at that goal, because people will point out the fact that Son got in the box because of the centre backs, and that's fair. But if you look at that goal, watch Ben White for it. It's classic what he does. And I'm just saying, Timber was fit. Ben White would be what he should be, which is the backup centre back behind Saliba and the backup right back behind him.
Listen, don't worry. Doc will have something for him, bruv. Don't worry.
Peter, I'm gonna show you.
I'll be honest with you, Caesar Sense. Like for me, just get the tactics on. The personnel's not my issue. The personnel's not my issue.
Be honest, if everyone's fit, Arsenal depth is actually good. I'm just saying.
Let's bear in mind, guys. Let's bear in mind. We bear in mind we got 6 players out. 6 of our first team are out. So, like, I get it. Like, I hear it. Innit? 6 games, 6 injuries. You know what I'm saying?
First team.
Well, yeah. What, you want to name them?
Yeah.
First team. Timber, Partey, Trossard, Martinelli. What's the other one? Fabio Vieira. Right.
Vieira, Trossard, and our first team.
Wait, hold on. Yes, he is. What? Wait,
Vieira's injured.
Is he injured?
He's injured.
Wait,
do you think he come off because it was tactical? I swear to God, if he come out if it was tactical, I'll tell you what. Yeah,
first team is and
also Ernest. He's being asked to coach. I need him to coach.
You can't say Trossard and Martinelli are both first team. Like, pick one.
Sorry, and Martinelli. Do you hear what you just said?
Yeah, you can't say Trossard and Martinelli. Pick one.
No, he's on our tennis flex. Raya Ramsdale, isn't it?
Tell them, AD. Tell them.
We didn't say first 11. We said first team. First team is not. It can be more than first 11.
Oh, what's the point of that sentence?
The thing is, Oscar knows that having Jose in his Chelsea side, Oscar knows what we're talking about. So I don't know why he's acting up.
First team, obviously first team, innit? I thought you meant the first 11.
No, I don't mean like a Reece Nelson. Like Reece Nelson is not first team as such, but Eddie Nketiah is. Do you know them ones? Like he will play way more games than a Nelson will.
I don't know them ones because they both come off the bench.
Pete, I'm here to cheer you up. I'm here to cheer you up.
We need to move on, man. What's up? We need to move on.
Right. You've been avoiding my question. I need to know on Wednesday night when you played the Champions League anthem, did you cry? I need to know. I need to know.
I didn't cry. I was. It's obviously it was scenes of glorious emotion. Don't get me wrong. Absolutely. And Arsenal came out the blocks flying against PSV. And you know what I'm saying? Delighted to be back. Like we're back in the competition, and we look like we never left. But PSV were not a great side on the day.
Let's be clear. You're in a Europa League group, yeah? It starts when you hit the round of 16.
Yeah. So be it. Let's just win our games. That's all I care about. Guess what? Guess what we got on? Guess what we got on Wednesday, Robinho? At home, a clean sheet. That's what I need.
I don't care about that. If we lose that, I don't care.
Talking about clean sheets. Let's go to Stamford Bridge, shall we? Ooh, night Emery on my mind. Ooh, night Emery on my mind. Ooh, night. What's his name? Ooh, night.
I don't have a lot to say. I just have a couple questions.
Oh.
I just have a couple questions. That's all I need to know.
I got a couple questions for Oscar as well.
Hey, bowl it out, man. Bowl it out.
Well, is this question time? Yeah, no.
It is question. I
got questions.
Adrian, it's question time.
Let's keep it a buck.
Let's assume that,
Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck, yeah? What's it?
This is OMQs, you know?
Let me tell you right now. In when it comes to Chelsea segments, Oscar's not allowed to just talk a review of the game. We're done with reviews of the game with Chelsea. We don't do them. So
I'll go and watch Carefree Lewis if I want a review. This is the hard-hitting question.
It's question time.
This is question time. I've got questions for Oscar. Robinho's got questions for Oscar. Everybody's got questions for Oscar. Robinho, you go first, man.
I can't review my team.
No, you're wrong.
No,
to review. You didn't watch it.
Right.
I did watch it. I watched it back.
My question is about the Ivorian who has an American name for some reason.
Sorry, Miss Jackson.
Miss Jackson. Miss Jackson. As a striker, I am so confused on how you can get 5 yellow cards in 6 games. And you're missing goals.
That's 5 times
from the 2 yards. Listen, we've only played 6 games in a season, you know. 6. From 6. He's suspended.
Is he
how?
Ferguson? He's got 5 yellow cards.
How? As a striker, I need to know what you're doing because you're not in the midst of the game. You're not a midfielder. You're not playing. You're not part of the tempo. You are the end product. So as the end product, why are you getting yellow cards? I need to know. I need to know.
Lying. He ain't got 5 yellow cards. You're not lying.
He's suspended for the next game.
He's suspended.
Do you know what's problematic about this suspension? Who are Chelsea going to play up top?
Wait.
That's my next question. Hey, that's my next question.
Is Bro
playing up top?
Is Bro
I think Broja
like 18 months.
Broja came off the bench in our last game, but I think the lucky thing is that he's suspended for a League Cup game, isn't it?
Oh,
so
okay.
It's not the end of the world. But
who you got in the cup?
I need
in the League Cup.
Brighton.
No, you're out. You're out. Let's see you later.
You never know. Brighton might want to rotate as well.
It's Brighton at home.
Mate, they made 8 changes at Old Trafford. Don't worry about them changes. They'll be all right. They'll be all right. Flipping out.
But yeah, no. My other question is, I'm done with this Ukrainian. As much as everything's going on, there's been a point when I'm just like, okay, you need to talk about him. We need to.
Can I say something?
What's
is this a question for Oscar? Is this? I thought it was
a question for Oscar. Oscar, it is question. I'm asking the questions to you because I don't watch Chelsea. What's going on with Mudryk? I need to know what's going on with him. I need to know what's going on with the striker. I need to know why you spent 1 billion in 1 year and this is the produce. I need to know.
It's a question, bro.
It's a hard-hitting question.
I understand the question since this is Brexit. Since this is pre-referendum.
This is first of all, if I hear the term 1 billion again, I'm just going to shut off the argument because I don't want to hear it again. It's nonsensical. It doesn't make any sense. It's a fact. But it's a fact for somebody that has not read the. It's an article headline.
9 figures.
It's an article headline.
Robin, they need to buy a striker.
It's an article headline. People don't know how to read. It's clickbait. Okay, you want to talk about 1 billion? Let's talk about the situation. You brought up Mikhailo Mudryk. Now, if you don't watch Chelsea, if you watch Chelsea, you'd see that in our last 2 games, Mikhailo Mudryk has actually been pretty decent. Right? He's actually been decent. He's not been bad. He's created chances. He's been good. He's got into good moments. And like I was saying to you before the last 2 games, he has not started for Chelsea. We're talking about 007 for other players. You can't have a 007 for Mudryk because the guy doesn't start. Right? He doesn't play football. So now that he's getting into the team, he created chances against Bournemouth, one of our best players in that game. This game, again, created clear-cut chances. But the man that you mentioned, Nick Jackson, I'll get onto him.
Jackson.
But when it comes to Mikhailo Mudryk, there's time I've got for him. My issue for him was very much in the fact that he seemed very slow. Like his abilities, as I see them, don't match up with the way he plays. He seems like he wants to be a creative player. He loves to drop deep. But I'm like, you're the fastest man on the pitch. Get yourself on the last shoulder. Like, why are you not making those runs? He doesn't make the right runs. He always wants the ball to feet. And that's why, what's my man's name? Pochettino was playing Chilwell there, because Chilwell, as bad as he is technically, he actually knows what to do. He actually knows that to run in the right direction and to stretch the play and do all of those things. When it comes to Mykhailo Mudryk, the guy, he stands in the place where he can't receive the ball. He wants to receive it to feet, and then he can play a nice little diag. And when he does open the teams up. Fair enough. But his abilities are best served on the break, on the counter. Now, Chelsea went down to 10 men. What's going to happen when a team goes down to 10 men? You're going to retreat, you're going to make yourself small as possible, and you're going to try and win the game on transitions. Tell me what happens when we go to 10 men. Mudryk comes off. Why is Mudryk coming off when you're the fastest player on the pitch? It doesn't make any sense. If we're going to break when Aston Villa have the ball, we break and we want to counter-attack with Mudryk and Sterling. Surely. But it don't make no sense. It don't make any sense. Let me move to the first part of your question. Nicholas Jackson. Listen, I don't want to be too harsh on the kid because he's not good enough. But guess what? He's not good enough. We've put a third set kid in the top set maths, and he can't have it. It's not his fault. It's not his fault. It's never been his fault. Why on earth people thought that a kid who scored 12 goals in Villarreal, he wasn't even a starter for Villarreal last season. He wasn't even a starter. He came into the team because somebody got injured, and then he happened to ball out and win Player of the Month. So they said, let's bring him to Chelsea. Fair enough. Bringing him to Chelsea is not my issue. There's clear talent in the kid. There's clear ability in the kid. However, Chelsea, I was banging the drum for us to go out and whatever you had to do, Pochettino, mend that relationship with Romelu Lukaku, because we need a 9. Yeah? Chelsea not win league titles without a serious 9. So get me somebody that can score 20 goals. I said, Lukaku, please. Every Chelsea fan told me, no. Can't be Lukaku. Cool. It's not Lukaku. Vlahovic was on the table. I said, bring me Vlahovic, yeah? 2-2s now. Nkunku goes down injured, yeah? We were blessed. Do you know why we were blessed? People look at it as a curse. We were blessed. Do you know why? Because there was 2 weeks left in the window for us to do something about it, yeah? We had the time to do something about it and sign another striker. What did we do? Cole Palmer for 45 million. This club makes me sick. This club makes me sick. And I had to argue and lament with people that told me that we should let Jackson lead the line for 38 games. Yeah? Apparently, we don't have Champions League, so we can play one striker and it's fine for 38 games. Obviously, the kid's not ready. Obviously. So that's why, Robin, you're seeing 5 yellow cards and 1 goal and 8 big chances missed. This guy is not ready. Next question.
Wait, quickly. You keep calling him, how old is he?
I think he's 22.
Okay. But I agree with you. He's actually been good relatively speaking, good for him in the past 2 games, but also because he's actually been playing back to back. He finally decided, let's give him an actual running inside. He looks halfway decent. I don't think he's been great or anything, but this kind of proves the whole point of playing the guy until he's actually into it if you've got no one else.
It's also, such a classic case of a club.
Let me ask a question quickly. Who's your back four?
Now, we had Malagus on the right before the red card. We had Disasi right CB. We had Thiago Silva left CB. And Levi Colwell as a left back.
And Cole's still doing left back shifts, yeah?
Colwell was doing left backs, and he's not a left back. He can't play left back, so he doesn't support the winger. He doesn't overlap. He doesn't give Mudryk the support that you would want a fullback to give Mudryk that support. So there you go. You get that.
How was Sanchez for the goal?
Sanchez was pathetic. Sanchez was absolutely pathetic. He was absolutely pathetic. First of all, it was a mistake from Thiago Silva, so let's just get that straight. It was him that was the reason we were in the mess in the first place. And Levi Colwell did excellent on recovery. He blocks the first shot. It somehow falls right back to Watkins. And you're thinking, an acute angle, there's no way Watkins is going to... How many goals has Watkins scored this season, guys?
That's one.
That's his
He scored
first.
none. He scored none. But guys, when you're looking for something, when you need something, when you need hope, come to Stamford Bridge. We'll give it to you. Come to Stamford Bridge. We will give it to you. I'm telling you that now because I want to ask you guys a few questions. Opening day of the season, Newcastle United versus Aston Villa. What was the score?
5-1.
Like 5-1, something like that. Yeah.
5-1.
Yeah, to
5-1.
Newcastle.
So Aston Villa conceded 5 goals. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Correct.
Anfield, Liverpool versus Aston Villa. What was the score?
3-0.
Was it 3-0?
3-0. 3-0.
Bish bash bosh.
Aston Villa faced Burnley, conceded. Faced Crystal Palace, conceded. Peter's talking about clean sheets. This is a team that can't buy a clean sheet, but come to Stamford Bridge.
I'm pretty sure they lost to Legia Warsaw in the in Europe.
How many goals did Legia Warsaw score?
3-2, no?
How many goals? Legia Warsaw 3. That's the team we're talking about. That's the team we're talking about. But you're coming Stamford Bridge and getting clean sheets. Pochettino, you must arrest the situation tonight. There should be tonight. There should be player meetings. Amidst the player meetings, the players that did not play should be in the other room doing prayer meetings because it's a disgrace. My front line score. My front line. Oh, guys, I spoke about this last week. We've got 5 players in the front line that we're expecting to just arrive in the Premier League and turn up with no prior experience, nothing on their CV, nothing. Guys, have you ever applied for a CEO position when your CV doesn't stack up? This is what Paul Palmer, Madueke, Chukwuemeka, Nick Jackson, these guys have applied for the highest office and they don't have the qualifications. It's a joke.
Yeah, but they got a job. They got a job.
I saw something.
Guys, I'm not mad at the candidates. I'm mad at the hiring managers. What were they doing?
My question.
Oh,
Go first. Yeah, you go first.
Chelsea Twitter, this is not even coming from anyone else. This is coming from Chelsea people. I'm seeing chat that Gallagher is better than Enzo. Please speak on that, please.
What?
I saw it from the Chelsea fan. This is not other than saying I saw a lot of it. Not just one.
I know who you saw it from as well. I know who you saw it from.
Yeah.
It was Sam. He's a
on that, that's a scandal. But on that, two questions I got for you, Oscar. One, why is Conor Gallagher captain of the side against Aston Villa? Number 2, why was Enzo Fernandez taken off after 70 minutes? Is he injured or like what's going on?
You have to ask his Argentinian compadre because I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Here's the thing. Here's the truth of the matter. Chelsea is a basket case. I need everyone in the place to understand. When the players, like when you're talking about Mudryk and you're talking about certain players that might not be doing it as well. I might even throw Kai Havertz in there, shamedly, right? People ain't doing too well. It's a basket case over there. So when these guys come out, guess what? And they go to other clubs and do whatever else, let them have grace. Let them start over again. Let their reputations rebuild. Because at Chelsea, it's a case. Doesn't matter who the manager is. It doesn't matter who the owner is. We have been seeing a basket case Chelsea Football Club for years, okay? Mudryk is going to be fine. These players are going to be all fine. I'll be honest with you, Oscar. You know my thoughts on Nick Jackson. I'm not a Nick Jackson guy, okay? And I said to you from earlier, I was like, listen, and Unai Emery, just not a fan. No, nothing heavy on it. You see a player, you're like, oh, I like that. I like the cut of his jib. This one, I'm not too sure. Necessarily. But, I told you Pochettino's a bridesmaid. I told you that. And guess what's going to happen? TikTok on his job. Because do we have watches for managers, by the way? Just out of curiosity. Robin, is there any aquas for the managers or no?
I mean, I can open a new branch.
I need to open a new store. Okay? I need a new store. And the store needs to be managers because there are people on the ticker. And they're on the ticker. Let me tell you, they're on the ticker. Okay?
Well, they're on a meter.
They're on a meter, rude boy. And I'm telling you right now, Mr. Maurizio Pochettino needs to be on that list. First and foremost.
But Pete, do you not at least I think Pochettino has done things wrong this season. But do you not at least look at the situation and understand that he's been given a job that is in a horrible state? When you're talking about how bad Chelsea Football Club is, it's from top to bottom. Look at the front line.
It's a first world problem. You've got the riches of the land.
And the thing is, Oscar, the only reason why you're even in this league now.
Stop using the headline. Let's read the article, guys.
No. The only reason that you're even in this league right now is because of Tuchel. It's the only reason why you're even in this league. Look how many points you've got this year. Look how many games you've got this year. The only reason you're actually, did you know, by the way, you take away the newly promoted sides. Did you know, guys, question, did you guys know that Chelsea and Everton will be both bottom of the league if you take away the newly promoted team's points and you give only the points that are remaining from the teams that have come up because it's to do with the calendar year? They would be bottom of the league with Everton. 6 wins in 38 games in a season. They would be down.
Can we just, yeah?
It's not
That's not a headline. That's a stat.
Oscar, I'm not going to kind of 100% let you off the Pochettino one because when it came to Spurs, let's deep it. When it came to Spurs, how old was everyone he had? He brought in a League One, Dele Alli. He brought in these like young. The whole point with Pochettino was like that Spurs team was extremely young, and within a year and a half or a bit more, but they were playing well. How long? Did you hear what I said? I said they were playing well early on, but within a year and a half, they were challenging.
Talk about Southampton.
A year and a half. Okay.
They were challenging for the league.
Okay.
And Champions League.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying.
All right.
But what you're talking about the players you have, it's not Everton or Luton players that he's being shafted with.
Oh, thank you very much.
Players to be playing. I'll hold you that face. He's got decent enough players to formulate a decent enough team to do that. Why you have left backs? You have 2. You're playing your centre back at left back.
They got like 4.
First world. That's exactly what I call it. First world.
I rate Thiago Silva's career. I rate him as what he used to be. He is a 500-year-old centre back. You have others who can play that. You have Colwell. Play Colwell and Banish and who's it? What's his name? Whatever. And then play a left back at left back. You have enough players there to be playing way better than you are to say be strapped.
No. But you're talking about defensively. Like Chelsea have not had issues defensively this season.
No, I'm talking about using as an example. I'm saying
it's the only examples that you can use because defensively,
enough. You had them at other clubs. We saw what they were like. They are good enough to be playing better than we're playing at.
But I'm hearing you. You're not wrong. But defensive issues are not where Chelsea's issues are. Hold on. Chelsea have our 20th in chance creation this season, and we're like 19th in goals scored. Chelsea the issues are at the front of the pitch. The issues are the team are not converting the chances. The issues are not defensively.
Like you just said, your issues you're saying is partly it's finishing as well as chance creation. That's why I added the midfield into it. I'm sorry. The whole point about Enzo is that he can do all these passes. He's great on the ball. This, that, and the third year, he can't chance create. You can't create.
You're not creating. You're not listening to me. We're creating chances.
You said you weren't. That's what I'm saying.
No.
Lowest in the league.
Okay, no, you didn't hear what I said. You didn't hear what I said. Maybe my Wi-Fi cut out. I don't know. I said when it comes to chance creation, Chelsea are one of the highest in the league. When it comes to goals scored, we're one of the lowest in the league.
I thought you said that you were lowest in chance creation.
Maybe I said it wrong. I apologize. Maybe I said it wrong.
But then you see your front three. How often has your front three for a team who are playing that quote unquote once a week thing that we had last time? How often has your front three been the same front three?
So we've had injuries in it. So the front three, the past 2 games has been Mudryk, Sterling, Jackson.
Were they all injured the entire 5? How many games we played this season so far? 6.
Mudryk was injured the 2 games before that, but then in the first game he just chose to go with Chilwell.
And I've seen Chilwell play multiple times in the front line. So even if it's like not Chilwell, you've got other attackers who can play on the wing. What my point is, he hasn't been consistent in the type he's been put in the front three. So what I'm looking at and saying, I'm not saying your attack should be City or like Mohamed Salah type of Liverpool. I'm just saying they're better than what is being done. That's my whole thing.
But it's a double-edged sword. Poch is not off the hook. Poch has made horrible decisions. Poch has put out lineups where I've looked at the lineup and I'm saying, what the heck is going on here? At the same time, in those same games, we've had positions to score. We've been in position to score, and the front line have fluffed their lines, whoever it may be. All of them have missed chances. Jackson missed the most, but all of them have stupid in front of goal. We watched Sterling miss a chance yesterday. Chilwell, Jackson, Mud, like all of these guys are fluffing their lines in front of goal. All of these guys are shooting blanks. So
is a striker the answer then? Is a striker the answer? Is that basically what you're saying?
Like what, as you said on top of the segment.
It's the answer. It's just a necessity. Like we should have had a striker. We'd be having these conversations if we had a striker anyway. My point is, Pochettino's system is not A1 by any stretch. He needs to improve. But at the end of the day, there's a ceiling on how much he can get out of these forwards. Like now.
But then he changed up how he played pre and post season.
Yeah. He got the Nkunku injury made us switch. We stopped playing.
But isn't that a bit sus? Because I did the same thing with Arteta, where it's like if one injury forces you to change up your entire thing, is that not something you can? That's
I came on this podcast and I said the same thing. I said we switched. I thought we switched because it was to combat Liverpool, but then after Liverpool, we carried on playing the same way. And I said, why on earth is he diverting from what was so popular for us in pre-season? We were winning games in pre-season. We were creating chances.
Oscar,
yeah, go on.
Do you know Bruno Salter?
Yeah, the guy that was caretaker for Chelsea for one game.
Yeah, no, he's just left. So I don't know if he was involved as well. He's been chucked out according to the Athletic. So there you go.
Yeah, man. I don't know what to say.
And I said that. Bruno from Brighton. You know, never get his surname until he became caretaker manager.
Let's go to Ernest's question and let's see if we can find some answers. Guys, are we assuming how good this Chelsea squad is? Are we assuming they're top talents? Because I don't know.
To answer that question, they are better than one win in the league out of 6. They are better than being, where are they, 16th, 15th in the league? For sure. Mm-hmm. Chelsea, if Chelsea were like in the top 8 or in the top 8, then I wouldn't necessarily be that concerned. Because they'll be winning games. It might be sketchy because it's still new. It's a new manager. Tear. Brother, that man ain't making Europe. Ain't making the Champions League now, and they won't make. They probably won't make the Europa League.
We're definitely not making Champions League this year. Look, my issue. I'm not sat here defending Pochettino or making it seem like Pochettino. He's cursed. He can't win. No, Pochettino's been poor this season. He's made so many bad decisions. But the problems at Chelsea are far greater. Far greater.
Let's deep it, yeah? Let's deep it this way.
Who is at the core, though? That's my question.
The poor recruitment. The lack of experience and solidified talent. Not even Premier League talent, just anywhere around the world. Nkunku was supposed to be that guy. The guy was Bundesliga Player of the Year. We brought him into Chelsea to come and play. The guy's not here. So the other players that you've got, unproven guys in front of goal, all of them.
That's the core of the issue. The core of the issue is they spent money on trafficking and like human trafficking. They went to Brazil, teethed a bag of man, and then brought them to England.
The owner is the problem for sure. He's the main problem. He's making the wrong decisions. And the thing is, this team is 1 point above Everton. Okay, they're behind Brentford. I don't remember the last time Brentford won a game this season. They're behind Brentford. They're behind Nottingham Forest in the league. You know what I'm saying? This is a shocking disgrace from Chelsea Football Club. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I hear you. Again, how many wins? You know what I'm saying? Because I barely remember them. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember Brentford winning this season. Maybe they did, but they're above Chelsea is the point. You know what I'm saying? So
I know I don't know if anyone let that go. She said,
"Yeah, I heard it. She was right. she was right." Can we move on? Anything else on Chelsea before we move on?
There was one question I just want to say. Assad said, "How is your whole system based on a player that's never played for the club? How does that justify playing 2 attackers against Forest at home?" Well, look, there's many players that had never played for the club by the time Pochettino came in. He was a new manager. So what was he to do? The guy that's just won flipping Bundesliga Player of the Year comes into your team. Of course, you're going to build your squad around him. Surely, it would be stupid not to.
Yeah, quick question. Your injuries, Reece James, Lavia, all these. How long are they? Like, how injured are they?
Reece James is out. Reece James is out till probably after the international break. Lavia had it was a short injury that turned into a long injury. So I'm with David on this one. Like, let's sack the whole medical team, because the amount of players that are out injured and they're not coming back. The time they are rumored to be back, Badiashile was supposed to be back by now. Lavia was supposed to be back by now. Reece James is supposed to be back by now. Every single time a Chelsea player gets injured, they give us a date on when this player is supposed to come back. They come back a month or even 2 months after that. It doesn't make any sense. So I'm with David on the whole sack the medical team, because the one at Chelsea, for damn sure, don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, where is Wesley Fofana? As
Like, he
Lola
was-
asked. Where is
Wesley
he?
Fofana's been out for the whole season. You're not seeing Wesley.
Again.
What happened?
Twice.
Jesus.
Anyway, there you go. Chelsea are a basket case. It's a basket case for a football club.
Why is Endo doing this? Why is Endo doing stuff like this? Nkunku better be prime Hazard levels the way you're talking about. How are we talking about him? We're simply saying that we had a system in which he was the number 10, and that was how we were supposed to play. Once he started, there was no number 10. This guy's proven what he can do, innit? So my issue is the players that aren't proven. We're trying to force a bunch of players that really ain't cutting it. They're really not good enough.
As you said, Poch has got to arrest the situation and get this team scoring goals. Firing blanks against Bournemouth, Villa, and Forest is unacceptable.
Oh, what the hell? Whoa. Peter. Let's not gloss over that. What the hell did you say in the
You heard me. I didn't start. They got one against Liverpool, which looked very respectful at the time. They got one against West Ham. They got piped 3-1. You know what I'm saying? They beat Luton. You know what I'm saying? They beat Luton 3-0. That's what they've got to offer and show us this season. As Oscar has said, Pochettino has to get this team scoring goals. They're creating chances. They need to learn finishing. Simple.
Peter, they have no goal of the month. 0. They have none.
Do what we do.
Can I tell you who my goal of the month is?
God.
Callum Hudson-Odoi versus Burnley.
Oh.
Brilliant goal, though.
Speaking of Burnley, Burnley, they were unfortunately.
Good grief.
Oh God!
Manchester
United didn't fire a blank with a Bruno Fernandes executed finish to get 3 points at Turf Moor, and Robinho is a happy lad.
But just before Robinho goes, can you see how a team can play horribly and have a proven Premier League match winner win you a game? Can you see the difference it makes?
The backhand compliment there.
No, because the game was awful, Lola. Did you watch it? Did you watch it? I spent my hard-earned out. In fact, I missed intimate time with my wife to watch Burnley and Turf on the stream. Couldn't believe it. She couldn't believe it. I literally was trying to justify. I was like, look, I ain't watched football all day. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to catch a little. Because you know what it is, yeah? If I don't have a 12:30, normally I get the 12:30. She leaves me alone. I watch the 12:30. Didn't have a 12:30 in it. I moved it to 8.
Yo. Hey, blood.
Man United. I'm here to watch Man United get beat at Turf Moor. Let me have this. She was like,
hey, listen. If Mrs. Maju,
he said, let me have this. Hey, that's crazy.
If Mrs. Majuz is in the house, bruv, feel free to pull Peter from the pod today, bruv. Flipping heck, bruv. Sticker.
it's a stinker.
A criminal.
That's
It's a stinker. It's a stinker. Because you know what it is, yeah?
Things in the podcast. I think that's down there number 1.
I can't lie.
Number 1 is pretty damn close.
I can't lie.
The
79th minute, we turned it off. I said, listen, that's it. Let's bring on a movie. Come on, let's go. Right. I can't do this. I can't do this. No cap, guys. This is full. Like, I'm
anyways, Peter, you got a yellow card straight away for that nonsense.
Yellow. Sponsor showing.
I'll be honest, yeah.
I don't even need to go to the screen. I don't even need to stand by the monitor.
I know it is the comment of the year. No, this is the comment of the year, bro.
I miss Jinky.
He doesn't need to go to the 27th possession.
What, Charlie Taylor?
Oh God, brother.
Guys, even if the match was a barn burner, a 3-3 Premier League classic, there's no excuse for that.
Oscar, I wanted to believe that Vasson Company had something in there to give us the feels this weekend. No feels whatsoever, bruv. Figuratively and physically.
Anywho.
Robin, talk to us.
This week in Manchester United. All right? This week. So, I'm going to say some points don't react until I have finished all my points, okay?
Don't react.
Don't react until I
Stupid.
finish-
He's
until
gonna
I
say
finish
something
my
freaking
point.
ridiculous.
All right. What happened this week? All right. We have 15. We've gone down today to 12, but we had 15 players out by the end of the Burnley game. That is that is a starting 11 and a bench, right? So that's how many players we had out. Our former manager came out and told us that we had 4 players that refused to be a captain, and that's why Harry Maguire got the armband. We had our former manager say, I said, don't react, do not react until I finish my points. All right. In addition, he said that there's a lot of players in that team that says that they think they're better than they are, and that's why they're trying to force their way out when they got dropped. I have a player this week. Well, instead of training with the team, he's up until 3 a.m. playing FIFA with Football Twitter. Right?
Good.
Not even trying to earn his playing back into the team, even though he says he wants to fight for the badge. But I move on. We went to the Allianz Arena. Lovely game, Champions League, right? Played fairly well, but the script was the same. Up to 20 minutes, didn't put the ball in net. And what did I say? If you don't put the ball in net, you get punished. Howler from our goalkeeper. Extreme howler. We get back in. We have head loss for 20 minutes. All right. Get back into the game. And then what happens again? Head loss again. We give away a handball. It's a penalty. Not going to complain because there's nothing he could do. But in UEFA rules, it's a pen. I saw it last season. This season, I digress. Game ended 4-3. I think we could have got a draw out of that game, but I move on. This weekend, we started the game with Johnny Evans and Victor Lindelof as our centre-back pairing.
Good
right?
pairing. Clean sheet.
Clean sheet, by the way. And the goalkeeper had a great game after his massive apology. So, again, why are we struggling after 10 minutes against Burnley? I do not know. Do I have the excuse of saying that we don't have our first team or our second team? Some could say that, but it's Burnley. I have no excuse for that. Right? It literally took a Johnny Evans to bring back his 2010 self, sublime ball, into Bruno Fernandes to score an excellent goal and finish. Now, I'm not complaining. We got 3 points. I'm not complaining. We lost another left back and we have only one full back left in the team.
Who's injured?
The regular Don.
Oh, wow. We're injured.
Yeah. Injured.
He
have one fullback left.
looks quite good, you know.
He's actually brilliant. Yeah. He's actually been okay.
Brilliant.
But remember, 3 years ago, United wanted him.
Don't make that face, PR. He was always a good player.
Continue.
So Manchester United have one fullback, right? We finished the game with 2 midfielders at defense. We have a Scotsman that keeps thinking he's the best player in the world, doing absolute niche, both at the Allianz Arena and Turf Moor. If this week in Manchester United has not got you stressed, I don't know what it is. And I finish with that. Questions?
That's it, questions. Yeah, like United got their 3 points in it, but you know what thing I like? You know one thing I can hold on to, and I think everyone can agree. First of all, Ernest, he's not making the top 4. So in your opinion, you're on the train that I'm on, which is already in rugby at the minute.
Rugby.
We know Manchester United, right, will give us a surprise. They'll give us a present, rather, not a surprise. They'll give us a goodie because they're playing Palace, for example, on the weekend, right? And you just know.
We got Palace twice. We got Palace twice.
In the cup as well, yeah?
Yeah, both at home.
Where are you? Home? Oh, both at home. Okay, so I think you'll beat them at home then. You'll beat them at home in the cup. But in the league, honestly, because you lot are just like, as you said, why did you find it hard to break down Burnley and whatnot? The game ponged, man. Like, what was I thinking? The day I streamed Turf Moor, I've done it twice this season. I need to learn from my mistakes. I need to learn from these mistakes. But the fact that, yeah, as you said, they're just, I don't know, man. You guys, I don't even understand.
I said,
injuries are a thing. Don't get me wrong. They are a thing. But, it's just, What? Oh, your boy Onana though. Honestly, when I saw that goal go in on Wednesday, I said, "Yo, brother."
You know what? It was so bad. It was so bad because you know what? Prior to that going in, we were actually like there. Like it was.
I said we were there.
We were there, and you saw me in the group chat. I said we need to get a goal now. We need to get a goal now because with Bayern, they're not that great, but they can finish. They can exactly finish and impact you if you don't take too long. And that's what happened. And once the goal started, the floodgates were open.
Can a teacher pick me? I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a question. My question is for you, Pedro AFC. I need to know your full thoughts on Andre Onana from top to bottom. Because when it was my club, I had a black professional and we placed him in goal. There was a lot to be said. So, because let's be real. What we have seen from Andre Onana since he's arrived at Manchester United has been nothing short of criminal. I have never, ever seen a new goalkeeper have this many howlers in such a short space of time. He's had like 6 howlers. He arrived in July. How?
Hey, do you know what thing, Oscar? No cap. Do you know? And I swear to all of you guys, no cap. Yeah. Do you know what comes to mind every time I think of Onana? And when something happens, a mistake happens. Do you remember Robin at the start of the season when he came with a little Man United chant and he said, "Oh nah." Yo, that rings in my head every single time. Okay, it rings in my head every single time.
Okay.
And what did I say about when we're speaking about Mendy, who you're referring to? Yeah, your twin in goal, right? I laid it all on the line. I put it all on the line. I told you guys, listen, these goalkeepers, okay? I don't trust a single soul of one of them, okay? And what I said in the end of it all, because it got very heated, it was a big debate, and I said, don't worry. In the end, Chelsea A will get rid of him, and B, the performances will speak for themselves in terms of these goalkeepers, in terms of the caliber of goalkeeper. Yeah, I said that the performances will show in the end. Can I tell you, Oscar? Do you not think me of all people, of every single howler he's done this season, I sat there like, there's another one. There's another one.
Because
there's another one. There's another one.
On this podcast, in the group chat, anytime Onana has done something stupid, he has been silent. I said, "Where's Peter?"
No, do you know why? Because do you know why, Oscar? Because I won. Yeah, because every time I see it, it proved my point of what I was talking about. I'm like Arsene Wenger. I will say something that sounds outrageous until you all see it later on. Until you all see it, but it's too late.
Your racism.
It's not racism. At the end of the day, guys, name me another goalkeeper in history that's done as much as he's done in 6 games.
I've never seen that.
70 if you include preseason, yeah? 70 if you include preseason. How many mistakes?
They're different types of howlers. He's let the ball go underneath him. He's been 40 yards off his line and been beat from the halfway line. He's clattered into people. Guys, some goalkeepers have these mistakes in their career. What he's done in 6 weeks, yeah? That's Peter Schmeichel's whole career of mistakes.
Oscar, what was his ban? What was his ban again?
Oh.
What was his ban? Tell me.
He got banned for drugs.
As in he took them or he didn't take the test?
No, he took the test and he got caught.
So this guy, I mean, come on, guys. Come on. Like, that's the thing. You know when like I turn up to court, yeah, and then somebody, like the prosecutor makes the case. This is why this guy should go to jail. I have not got to say a friggin' word. You've got it on your phone.
Do you know what's the most annoying thing?
And you will see.
You know what's the most annoying thing about Onana?
Go on.
And the start.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Honestly, Robin, I don't think you understand. It plays in my head every single day because it was funny. It's a brilliant chant, but every time he's done it, it sounds like the Onana sounds so different. It sounds like, oh my dear God, what is going on? That's what it sounds like. Anyway, go on.
The thing is, throughout the games, he actually has good games. But there's a howler in every game, almost every game. So it's just like
you're right.
It's not like it's 90 minutes of like this guy is absolute dog. No, it's 1 minute of what are you doing?
He can goal keep. Yeah, get ready. I tell you what, Caesar sense. When he goes to Anfield and the Etihad this year, when he goes there, even Everton, when the crowd is on, when it's on, I'm ready for it, bro. I'm ready.
Like he got his first clean sheet of the season. He apologized to 3 stations. He went to TNT Sports. He went to CBS. He went to all. He went to the. He said, "Listen, the Bayern Munich game was my fault because we could have." And you know what? It is his fault. I'm gonna say we could have left with a point there, but the madness ensued. So, in terms of Champions League,
though, it didn't seem like a 4-3 thriller. It seemed like a 4-3 that was a bit like. I don't know, like it was a 2-2. It was a 2-2. Yeah, but then, I'm not going with that. I felt like Bayern Munich always had they weren't even in that gear. They were not good. They were not great by any stretch. I don't think. But it's because they should be looking at themselves thinking, how do I concede 3 goals to this shower of crap over Manchester, right? But at the same time, it felt like every time United got a sniff, then Bayern then went and just scored anyway. Yeah. It was like they were scoring at will, if that makes sense.
Bayern were sparring. Man United with the fight of their life. That's what was happening here.
That's what it felt like to me.
I disagree. I think you're giving Bayern a lot more credit than they actually did.
What? I don't know. Bear in mind, I don't rate this Bayern.
I'm not saying that they didn't deserve the win. They got the win in the end. I'm not saying that, but they weren't that great, is what I'm saying.
They haven't been that great. They haven't been that great at time.
And the reason and the goals that we conceded was not because of their brilliance. It's because of our stupidity. That was it.
Yeah, that's also true.
I get you.
So that's why I'm like.
By the way, Robin, you're a liar as well. Shall I tell you why? Because I told you, man, innit? Yeah, I'm seeing Harry Kane in the white and red of Bayern Munich. Man, were like, nah, that's not their home kit. That's a little third thing. Don't watch that.
Have you seen their home kit?
Bro, I've seen like 4 games in the Allianz Arena where they've been wearing that white kit.
They don't wear red.
The home kit's the red. It's the red and white thing. Where they wear the.
Brother, I'm talking about
the Bundesliga.
Listen, top, yeah?
Ever since Harry Kane has gone to Bayern, I've been a fan. I've watched.
You see this top, yeah? They wear white and they got the little red thing on the side. You know what I'm saying? Even Thierry Henry said to Harry Kane, "You look good in red and white." I tell you what, you look good in red and white. He loved all of that, John. But yeah, listen, Man United, man.
But yeah, like I said, our games, most of the goals that we've been conceding has been our own stupidity. We play well for 10 minutes, 20 minutes. We give them the goal, and then we lose our head. And it was since Burnley. Burnley was our one where we actually went up. And to be fair, we should have got 2, but VAR. And we just held the line. But it still wasn't great. Are we going to be like this? Are we going to be like this when our team returns eventually? I don't know. I don't know if our team's going to return. We still don't know why Tyrone Malacia is still out, by the way. His injury is still unknown. So I don't know what's going on.
Real talk, Robin, yeah? Real talk. Do you think you man will finish in the top 4 this year?
At the way we're going now.
Do you think you will change? What I'm saying is, do you think it will change and you will finish in the top 4? Do you see change in this team?
We have a lot of players out. If I can see, I need to see what we're like. If I have the players that I want in the team, And if we're still playing like this, then no. That's just the truth.
So we got to wait till when? December? Because you ain't going to have none of all your players fit. It don't
Probably.
exist.
Probably.
I know. Everyone's got
what's the most fun? Do you know what's the most funniest thing? Because I was going to jump on the David trade because you know how we got our one of your doctors now from the medical team that came.
Man, like Gary O'Driscoll.
Turns out his first game was Burnley. So my question is, where was the medical team throughout this whole time? Non-existent. They're just non-existent. We didn't have a doctor. What's happening?
Big up Gary, man. Big up Gary, man. He's a top lad. Look after him over there, yeah. Look after him over there. He's a top man, top lad.
Well, he started the first game with a win, so I can't blame him so far. But anyway,
man said it like he was the coach. Man said he got to the first.
He started the first game with a win, so I can't blame. But yeah, the time everything going on right now.
Caesar Sense question. Yeah. Caesar Sense. Let me ask Caesar Sense a question. Do you think you'll finish in the top 4 then?
He said I don't see change at all. So yeah, I'm assuming his answer is no.
No, but the thing is, you know how
He
United got,
capitalized at all as well. So
to
I
be
believe
fair,
him.
because you know what it is, yeah? United weren't all that great last year either, but they finished in the top 4 comfy. You know them way there. They don't have to be the
That's
best.
what you like to make.
I'm just saying, like, you know, top 4
My
last
answer is
year.
I
Obviously, was
don't know
very
if it's the team that we have right now and everyone's out, we're not making top 4. I need to see the team that we have.
I can't believe you let Kane. I can't believe you let Kane go to Bayern Munich and you signed Højlund and not Kane. I just think that's madness.
Hey,
Højlund,
he's not done. He's not done anything bad. He's got his first goal. He could have had his second
Oh,
goal.
yeah,
He
no.
said now too. Yeah, he's
It's not
doing his
disrespect to
thing.
Højlund at all. No disrespect. I think
Yeah.
Højlund's going to be a baller, clearly, right? However,
Yeah.
70M today, when United don't have money, you go and buy Kane. It's not up for debate.
Hey,
Anyway.
Levy was gonna charge us 150. There was no way.
Pay it.
There was no way.
Pay it.
Listen, Peter, if I could,
Pay
I
it.
would. If I could, I would. But it was not gonna happen. It was
Wait,
not gonna happen.
Wait here. What is this?
on United? Guys like Oscar don't want to listen. They're bookie. They're crap. Yet still not far off that top 4. Look, United are a terrible footballing side, right?
Yeah.
And Erik ten Hag has work to do. Big work.
Big work to do.
I think the job's too big for him. I don't think he could do it. I don't think he's got the muscle to bench press Man United's problems, bro. At the end of the day,
We said what 110.
not even bro. This guy's on
What
60.
110 on the incline.
He's it's 60 assisted, bro, on a Smith machine, bro.
But anywho, I can't complain because all I wanted at this point is just to win.
It's just
bare
3 points.
It's
Yeah.
just 3 points. Just give me 3 points and we move. The run now is quite nice. I think we will finish second in the Champions League because I don't rate the other teams. I saw the other game and I was like, yeah, we can beat them. So,
Hey, when you look go to Galatasaray, bro, it's flame on.
Galatasaray is flames.
on.
Fan wise, it's fan flames.
Yeah, United
But
won't get
yeah.
to the ground. Anyway, anything else on Man United before we move on? All right then.
They're crap.
Nah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
dead.
They're dead, but we got the 3 points.
Grinding
Unlike
against
some-
Burnley. Listen, guess who's back though. Yeah, guess who's back. Talk on it, AD, because Liverpool Football Club are back in this biz. Okay, they're here for the title race. They're in the grind. I see people in the group chat saying that they ain't got Salah in their fantasy team. You man smoked Buju Banton because even when Liverpool ain't great, guess what? Salah.
I got the 100 points though. I got the 100 points though.
Listen, you
First
got
of
100 points.
all, before Adrian goes, Endo needs to shut up because he was the most Liverpool fan I've ever heard. He was last week. He was last week, week before. He was making comments coming at me saying, "Why do I think Liverpool are so good? Why do I think Liverpool are going to win games? Because I understand this game. All right, I know what it takes to win the league. I've seen it happen.
Liverpool have one bad day at the office last season in the year. Yeah, like they ain't been cooking for 4 or 5 years.
It was an awful day in the office, though. It was an awful.
Oh, it was one of the worst. You turned up late. You didn't have the right uniform on. You were hungover.
You didn't have an ID.
He was playing.
He said they
Left the laptop at home.
They were playing FIFA.
No
3 a.m.
lunch,
That's what they were
no
doing.
cards.
It wasn't a bad day at the office. It was a bad quarter. Like it was a long time.
And we were close to that disciplinary.
You know what was there? Man was waiting outside the principal's office, ready for that report.
Hey, that last game, that was quite funny.
Europa don't count.
Since when were you wearing purple? I didn't know
Yeah,
Liverpool had purple.
Yeah, but it's a purple error. I even need to. When's payday? I
was like, since when is Liverpool wearing purple? I saw Klopp in a purple hoodie and I said, swear.
On the sidelines, looking like something out of Saints Row.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on?
Liverpool said, "Yo, what's the strip color that we don't even use too tough that we can wear in Lask?" You know what it was? That's a lilac. Get the hell out of here, man.
Endo is a liar.
Yeah.
See him shout in the comments, liar.
You're a liar, Endo. You're a liar. You don't think Liverpool's meaty. You don't think Liverpool's meaty. You're a liar. If you think Liverpool's meaty, that's mad.
I hear it though. I do hear it.
Oscar, listen. We can score for
Yeah. Like I hear it, but Endo also be quiet.
Endo's been
Guys, Liverpool are not meaty. Let's not do this. Okay, defensively we can score goals. Like you can score goals against Man City. Like you can score goals against Arsenal. You can score goals. They're not meaty.
Peter, second best defense in the league, by the way.
What this season?
Okay then.
This season?
You know that was there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
AD, talk about your boys. Talk about your boys in red.
You do your homework. What?
Talk about your boys in red. Come on.
Stop. Who's stop?
Liverpool.
Man City.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm not believing. I don't believe.
Believe
They're
what?
great, but I don't believe.
We believe what?
Believe what?
This title charge that Adrian's banging on. I'm like, I don't believe.
They are in the race.
I understand. What more is there to believe? They're second.
That's fine. I don't care.
I believe that the league is over in 3 games.
What did Liverpool sing in 2019?
If I'm very honest.
I'll sing it again in 24.
Hi-yo.
I believe it.
Now you're gonna believe it.
Big up
Guys,
Adrian. I don't believe.
Let's be real, yeah. Let's be real. In the Man City dominance era, yeah, there's not many of us that have been allowed to have this kind of energy. Like Liverpool need to have that energy because it's just City out here. There's no one else.
Bro, I'm in different. To be fair, I didn't see in the top 4 group chat. I'm in group chats. Haaland has scored the second goal. Man, I conceded the title because what? They're beating Nottingham Forest at home. Stop crapping your pants and be a man, brother. This is it. We're going machine for machine with Man City, and we're gonna do it, bro. I believe in this team because the issue last season. I said it how many times? If we increase the physicality, if we increase the technical level in the midfield, the attack will be better, the defense will be better. And now you guys are gonna call me crazy. You guys are gonna say I'm mad, but you want to know why Liverpool are functioning? You want to know one of the key pillars in the foundation of the Liverpool FC title house? Do you know what it is?
What's that?
It begins with a H. Hierarchy. Now let me land. Mo Salah to this Liverpool side is what Messi was to that Argentina World Cup winning side. And I tell you why. Those Liverpool have got 5 forwards, right? 5 forwards. They've got Mo Salah plus 4. And those 4, they in humble adoration, bow down and serve Mo Salah. They're subservient to Mo Salah. They're acolytes to Mo Salah. They know, regardless, come rain, come shine, Mo Salah, you're going to play in the right wing and you're going to do the damn business. Whereas Gakpo, Jota, Diaz, Nunez, the 4 of you are fighting for 2 places. Salah's on his throne, and in the game, when you watch the game and you see the humble humility, you see Darwin Nunez busting a gut to give him service. You see Gakpo dropping deep to link up with him. You see Diaz trying to link, trying to fuse with him. When Liverpool got a penalty, now Salah's missed a couple penalties recently. There's no discourse, no discussion. Nobody's giving a word. Nobody's even looking at him sideways. That's your ball. You're the big homie. You're the head of the table. You're the freaking tribal chief. You're the system. You what makes us tick. You're damn right. And now what we're seeing is it's all coming together beautifully. Beautiful melting pot of phenomenon. And yes, Ernest, we're the big dogs. I've done told you in August, told you in July. I want to tell you again in what month are we in? September. I'm going to tell you in May because we're going to be we're in it to win it. We're here for the long haul. You're damn right. And you see Dominic Szoboszlai, and those moving like I was insane for even daring to compare him to Steven Gerrard. The guy is a phenomenon. Look at him. Yes, no. Yeah, he's the best midfielder I've seen at Liverpool since Steven Gerrard. He is. He's got the lot. Technical ability, physicality. He's got 4. Forget 3 lungs. He's got 4 lungs. I see, man. We're 3-1 up. We're 3-1 up in the 93rd minute, busting a gut to press the rest time right back. Ben Johnson. What does Ben Johnson have to offer? You know the generic man. You know on FIFA, you just Ben Johnson 667 rating. Bro, Szoboszlai don't care. I see there's times where people are moving to McAllister. Szoboszlai is busting his backside to go and back the beef 40, 50 yards. What? You can't step to McAllister. I'm here. Move off the ball. Let me take the ball. There was a time in the corner flag. He gets the ball. cute little flick. What's Henderson going to do? Henderson's going to hoof it into Rose Ed, hoof it into the keeper's grateful arms. Dominic Szoboszlai is the bee's knees. And you know what? I've been biting my tongue. I'm going to bite it no more.
Yes, AD.
Best. What? By the end of the season, he's going to be in the discussion for best midfielder, point blank, period in the league. Point blank, period in the league.
If you said all time, I was about to say, okay, you need to.
Come on.
Yeah.
When you led up to it,
yeah, the way you led to it, I was like, hold on, man.
Come on. I know I'm cutting a promo, but I'm doing it within the realms of reality. Everything I'm saying, I'm not saying no cap, no kizzy. I believe this wholeheartedly.
One thing we can't deny is that footballing ability aside, Dominic Szoboszlai has the aura. He has it. He has it.
He's playing like he's 33 when he's 23. You know what I'm saying? He owns it, blood.
And Peter, you see how like a few weeks ago you were bringing me names like Fabio Carvalho. You say, why don't I give him a chance? You know, apparently I heard Szoboszlai's a year older than him. 1 year older than him. Look at the difference. That's a man. Don't bring me a boy. Don't bring me a machete for a gunfight.
You know.
Corporate Adrian is on. This is what I'm
hearing. He's a man, blood.
The thing is, players like Szoboszlai, when he goes to Tesco, he buys food for the entire family, carries it from the car to the house one trip. Yeah, that's the kind of guy Szoboszlai is.
Yeah, I was gonna make the most.
He's using his back to open the door.
Yeah.
He is a player.
I know what you were going to say, Lola. So no.
What were you going to
say? No.
What are you going to say?
Listen, I've handed out one yellow card. I'm ready to go to Reds. No. No.
Listen, bro. Hungarian Don, fam. Hungarian Don.
No, but I was gonna say, what's the midfield? Like the actual, like if everyone's stable, what's the actual midfield?
Sorry?
No. This is probably going to temper my enthusiasm a little bit, because this no we have to be realistic with it. Like this six situation, like McAllister's a fantastic technical baller, but he ain't got the physical attributes to do what we need him to do. So at the moment it's looking like McAllister 6, because this Endo guy, we spent 17 million quid on him. That was 17 million quid too much, I'm afraid. Like, I know he's a friendly guy. I know he's happy to be there. I know he's going to work hard. I'll work hard. You put me in the 6. I'll work hard. I'll die for the shirt. Put me in the shirt. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
AD, I'm hearing he's Japan captain. So what? Is that not?
He's Japan's captain.
Yeah, I think he is.
Tell me who Japan's vice captain is, and then we can have a conversation.
Man.
Hey, I was going to say something crazy.
Whoa, what was you going to say?
I was going to say any Japanese name, but look, they're saying they're calling you AD delusional. That's
right,
the new
right. AD. Oh, right.
I love that name. I love that name.
It kind of slaps.
That name is fantastic.
No. It's like no. But do you know what slaps even more?
What?
Calling yourselves champions elects and then conceded 3 goals at home to Southampton, who then got relegated, and then blaming your title demise on Rob Holding. Oh well, Rob Holding is playing, so we can't invert the play, and the passing angles are impacting tackles' ability.
Hey, I'm not involved. Adrian, please excuse me.
Where was he?
Hey, excuse me from that comeback. Hey, excuse me from that cut. Hey, I'm not involved.
The only thing
Mirad, that's from you. That's from Mirad, bro.
That's purely in at Mirad. But what I want to say is that I'm just noticing a trend, by the way. Notice how many teams that are in the Premier, including Liverpool, that somehow their best centre back disappears and somehow the form goes down, but it's fine when it happens to them. But Arsenal is like, we can't talk about it because I've seen it happen with Liverpool. When
listen, Lola, with all due respect.
When Van Dijk was gone, there was excuses. With Chelsea, with the 10,000 centre backs, there was excuses. I've heard my United fans talking about there's Varane's gone and there's excuses. But when we talk about the fact that Holding, when Saliba was dropped and Holding is there, why don't I talk about it?
Right, Lola, can I stop you there? Can I pause you there? I actually agree with you. In my honest heart of hearts, I actually genuinely believe if Saliba doesn't go down, I actually think Arsenal win the league. However, You were 2-0 up against West Ham. You conceded 3 goals at Southampton. You were 2 goals. So if we're gonna attribute all of that wrath, what did Rob Holding jump into Jesus' body and make him miss that chance at Southampton? David, was it Rob Holding that missed it? Was it?
I can't actually remember that game, to be honest. But again, my point wasn't actually on
Where was Odegaard?
I wasn't, but again, I wasn't talking about the actual game. I'm talking about the fact that the defense thing is a thing for everyone else, but we can't talk about it. But that's it. That's fine.
No, I think Adrian's main point at the beginning of that was certain man were running around saying champions elect. If you weren't running around talking that talk, then it's less embarrassing for you.
100%. And I even forgot where I was.
We'll be back here in May. Because
this
after
might be
all of
okay.
this, if you don't deliver the league, it's the same punishment.
But Adrian has not once said Liverpool will deliver the league.
Huh?
Yes,
Or have you said that?
Yes,
You said that.
Yeah,
Yes, he has.
That's what I'm on, bro.
Oscar.
That's my frequency. That's what I'm on.
Oscar, it's the same punishment. The same.
Yes, same thing.
Also, on a more serious note,
Mm.
Robin, that watch of yours, that Darwin watch, you if you've been watching it, tell me what you've been seeing right now. Tell me what you've been seeing.
What have I been saying?
Tell me.
Not much, really. He scored a couple of goals, innit?
Huh?
A couple goals.
I need more than that.
He has the best goal per minute ratio in the Premier League, right?
Yeah, Robin, you need
Oscar,
to. Hey,
Man, his striker is Tony Marshall and Hoyland. Oh, you haven't seen anything.
The thing is, because we like to do this. We like to do this a lot on Top 4 podcast. You asked me about this season when you talked to me about last season antics, like it didn't happen. When I was talking about watching, look what happened last season. He didn't deliver.
Is that what's being sold? Is that what's being sold?
Where's the watch?
Is
By
that
the way,
what's being
Darwin
sold?
Nunes alone.
The watch can always be the watch can always be returned at any time.
Yeah. When is it being returned?
Let him carry on. It's been 6 games, people.
Yeah,
6.
I know.
6.
I know. And I'm asking
questions.
questions.
Game 6.
I'm asking questions. Yes.
Not yet, David. Not yet.
Yes.
Wait,
He's right.
AD.
It's been 6 games.
AD on the FTSE 500. Where is Darwin Nunes right now? How much am I making from him on the FTSE?
Stocks are, bro. Please, let me buy.
How high? How high are they?
It's 6 games. Like Peter said, people will talk about Tottenham being at the top of the league at Christmas.
And they're 2 points. And they're 2 points behind City, bro. Where you at, guys? Where you at, guys?
He's
contributed.
Guys won the league at Christmas last season, and what happened? You didn't win the league. Let's not do this. Relax.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm the one who said it, bro.
You're asking me to return a watch after 6 games.
I said this from last season, from opening tap, bro.
Here's the thing. AD called you out for buying a watch last year for Darwin Nunes. He wants to know, is it still ticking? That's the question.
Until it stops.
I think both of them are fair. It's fair for Adrian to ask, and it's fair for Robin to say, I'm not changing my mind after 6 games. They're both fair.
It's fair.
It's a scandal. It's a scandal, Oscar. It's a scandal. It's a scandal that there was a watch bought for Darwin Nunes. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Do you know why it's not a scandal? Do you know why it's not a scandal?
Oscar, it was a scandal.
Come
on.
That's a scandal. Because he was the £80 million centre forward. So
you're joking me. So you think he perfectly has a watch?
Huh?
No. I always thought there was something there with Darwin, but Robin said, "Let's give him the watch." When you cost, it was understandable. Like it's not egregious.
A watch,
PR.
Look how much he cost.
He scored 9 league goals.
Brother, he had first year. Let the man gel. Let the man chill. How's he got a watch? He's walked in the league 6 months. 3 months. He got a watch.
That's fine.
Man. It's the game, man.
The man moved to England, doesn't speak English, and not only did he move to England, he moved to Liverpool. Have you heard them talk? How the hell is a man supposed to know? Come on.
And you know what? Yeah.
He is doing this. Oh, yeah, he just came to the league. He just came to the league.
Oscar,
4 games in.
Here's the thing.
Never win a UCL.
Here's the thing.
You told me that.
Okay, here's the thing, yeah.
He lifted the big ears. He's got the picture.
Listen,
it's on the fridge.
Oscar's not an immigrant, okay? He's born in this country. He lives and breathes this country, okay? This man was in Uruguay. He then went to
Portugal, and now he's not even in England because Liverpool is not in England according to the Liverpool people. He's in Liverpool.
He's in a big club now.
He's
supposed
in
to be the main
Liverpool,
guy.
and the guy is scoring goals. What are we doing?
He's scoring goals now. Last season,
now.
it wasn't evident. It wasn't evident. Just like when we were talking about Nick Jackson, who's also an immigrant, if that's how you want to call it.
Guess what, Oscar? Thank you very much for bringing him up. Thank you. Sorry, Miss Jackson, because nobody has put a watch on him, and yet he deserves to be in the bin.
I was going to ask him. I couldn't ask all my questions. Guys,
understand when I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm not saying, oh, you know what? Darwin hasn't been, there can be some criticism, this, that, and the other, but we can see the potential. Let's not deny that we don't see the potential. The guy's got watches. I'm seeing players going scot-free with no watch, no Fitbit, no Apple, nothing. Miss Jackson. Miss Jackson, for example.
Nick Jackson has played 6 games, and we rinsed him today. We rinsed him today.
Wait there. No. Let's go back in the archives. When was Darwin Núñez handed his watch? Let's go back in the archives.
Darwin Núñez had the watch had to come sooner because he cost £80 million. And bear in mind,
okay. How long till the Hoyland watch?
You ask Robin that question. How long till the
I'm asking you, man.
Look, he's a 70. Look, first of all, I never thought Darwin Núñez to have the watch. I've always thought Núñez was going to come good.
But you're saying it wasn't a
scandal. I think the watch was fair.
Adrian, a watch.
No, it was fair.
It wasn't egregious.
It was not egregious.
It wasn't egregious. I disagree, but it wasn't egregious.
Okay.
But I'm just asking because obviously if you've got a watch on a man and a man's turning, I'm just saying like what?
Yeah, a watch can always be returned to the store. It's always a lend.
The sense is asking the right questions.
That's true.
How many watches? Do you know what? The keeper has a watch.
No, wait. I'll answer the question. How many watches?
Justice for the hair, man.
How many?
The hair is
stop this. You do not try and say justice for a criminal when there's another criminal.
No.
Don't do that to me.
Peter, can I speak?
Don't do that to me.
Peter, can I speak?
Why does De Gea still not have a club today? Why? Because he sucks.
No.
That's
Robert,
why.
Robert,
don't do that to me, Adrian. Don't do me because you're trying to say justice for shower of manure. You want to at your club. You will not at your club.
No, he's not.
Don't do that to me. I'm not. Your points are not allowed to come onto this podcast for him. He's dead. He's gone. We've moved on.
No.
Done. I'm not having that.
Because fair enough. Fair enough. Right? Understand this crap. Hold on. Understand this crap. And understand that Man United needed to evolve and they needed to get rid of him. And fine, he hasn't got a club. But man, the guy won the Golden Glove. Oh no, the guy won the Golden Glove.
In spite.
How can it be in spite?
Because he's crap, Adrian. His defense came to his rescue.
Oh my God.
Adrian, your point is in spite. Listen, David De Gea, cult hero, 10 years. Thank you for your service. We move forward.
Robin, answer the question. How many watches?
Anona has a watch.
How many though? How many of them? How many?
On this player, if I look at the teams itself, I gave it to Jadon Sancho, I gave it to Anona, I gave it to Martial, regrettably, because I loved him at the start. Who else is there? Anthony, I gave it to him last season as well.
That's a one.
Maguire, I gave it to him. Oscar, how many games did I say for Mason Mount? I said Mason Mount's got 5 games left in me, and then he's on. I'd said that at the start of the season. When it was just me and you. So don't try it. I'm quite fair.
The thing is, guys, let's be clear. Robin was reluctant to give United players the watch. Then we pressed him on it, and he started doing it. You got
he gave that Jurgen Klopp press, blood, and then now
he's doing it. Like United players have to watch just as much as other players. So it is what it is. Like
okay, cool.
I'm a fair man. I'm fair.
Let's jump into the other things. Let's wrap this up. Other scores: Brighton 3, Bournemouth 1. Fantastic scenes by Brighton and Seagulls after their defeat in midweek in the Europa League. But they've done their thing. They came back.
Quick question. Yeah. After Salah, Saka, what is it? Is it Matoma?
Is Matoma on the right? Are we talking about wings in general?
Matoma's on the left.
Is he?
Yeah, he's on the left.
Oh my bad.
Yeah, he's on the left.
He's probably the best left in the league.
Also, quickly, Did you? I saw it online. It made me laugh. The way United fans hate Brighton is hilarious. They were on to the.
They're annoying though. They're annoying though. They didn't need to do what they did to Nana. It was not cool. It was not cool. It wasn't cool.
Lamptey's two-touch pass to Caros with the dip.
It was not called for.
Oh my god!
Listen, the game is the game. They got what they got.
So the game is
the game is the game.
Big up Brighton and De Zerbi and De Zerbi said it's the worst performance he's ever seen Brighton since he's been manager.
They were bad. They were bad.
They were
bad right now. Italian managers. What against Bournemouth?
Yeah, they weren't great.
Against in Europe.
I think
they were even worse.
I think he mentioned it against. I swear he was mentioning it against Bournemouth. Maybe that's what he was saying. Maybe he meant Europe. No, maybe you're right. I just watched the post-match Bournemouth
in Europe.
Where he mentioned
they got schooled on Thursday.
Hey, listen, bro, man, you think you can just enter European football and play the way you play in the league? It doesn't work like that. They're two different things, and they're going to learn a hard lesson, guys. Sheffield United,
good God,
good
0. Newcastle,
good.
Newcastle United
8 different goals for
home.
8 different man.
Why isn't Paul Hickenbottom sacked? I need to know that.
Hey, Chris Wilder is on that door.
Ladies and gentlemen, bar miracle. I think we already got our bottom 3.
I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna lie to you.
Luton are going to be dead last. Bournemouth are going to be not Bournemouth. Burnley are going to be second. And Sheffield United are going to be third. And I'm annoyed because I want Everton gone.
I want Everton gone. I can't lie. I want Everton. They're going to survive again.
I want them to play back. These two that come up have ruined it. They're horrible.
Lola, keep the faith, yeah? Sheffield United will sack Higginbottom, get Wilder back in, top 10 business.
I'm so
keep the faith.
I'm so annoyed in Vincent Kompany. I thought I get you can play ball, but sometimes you sense. And he's annoyed me because I want to.
If you've learned anything in history, listen, great players do not equal great managers. Let's keep it up. But
hi-yo.
No, they don't.
Well, the thing is,
why are you going to the Prem though?
Burnley do play ball, and I've seen it even against teams in the Prem. They've been playing well. They just haven't got. It's the quality difference.
It's the quality.
All out, where they haven't got the quality to properly kill, and so they get done because they play ball. They don't just sit there. So when they played Spurs and they got slapped, they were good. They were matching Spurs, and then they just kind of beat it out.
Yeah. So Newcastle winning 8-0 away at Bramall Lane. Palace 0, Fulham 0. Not much to talk about in that game there. Luton got their first point of the league this season with a draw at home to Wolves. I think the penalty that Luton had was a scandal, though. Wolves have been hard done by penalty decisions, I swear down. They are getting rinsed by
Gary O'Neill must be pulling his hair out.
He got it at Bournemouth last year as well. He was the same thing at Bournemouth.
He's the most unlucky Premier League manager.
I swear the rule was if the ball hits another part of your body, then your hand is not a penalty.
Apparently, that's not the rule anymore. Apparently, it's just changed. I don't know. Because you're bang on. That's exactly what I thought the situation was. They were like, the rule. We should be annoyed at the rule, not the referee. Excuse me. When did the rule become this? It's nonsense. It's nonsense.
Do you know what's sad, bro? He's walked into a side where they've sold his best 5 players.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's coming. Matinho gone. Neves gone. What's the guy at City?
Matthias
Nunez gone. The centre half. I went to Brentford.
Collins.
Nathan Collins gone, bro. And then these referees are shafting and costing them 2 points.
But deep it, and if they continue, and I think they almost lost their new captain, the English guy who was trying to let him. No, he's
Kilman.
He played futsal or something.
Yeah, Max Kilman.
Yeah, Kilman. They almost lost him, but they were being hard pressed by it. And to be honest, they continue to play how they are. By January, the way Neto's decided to come on, he seems injury free.
Oh, so good to see him.
For them, it could be long for them come January.
Listen, I love Pedro Neto. I love that man. I'm so glad to see him involved again for Wolves. Man City 2, Forest 0. Man City, 6-6.
They found a new right winger again.
Oh, God.
I hate City. Why do they have 2 teams? It's unfair.
Honestly, what are you talking about? Jeremy Doku?
Who's the
I saw he's playing right wing because the way Pep was going about it.
He played left at West Ham. I didn't see him in the Forest game. He was
He
left
played
at
left
West Ham, but he
Forest.
might have been right.
He left first.
Okay. I mean, listen, they
He's
found
a
one.
boy.
They've got one.
I've got
over
another one.
Right, and
They've got
back
another
to
one.
the Luton thing. Yeah.
I'm not there yet.
What's the name of their penalty guy? Because I saw the penalty on Match of the Day. That was hilariously. How that
Was, I think Carlton Morris.
he's like a Ginger Mitchell, whatever guy. He looks hilarious. That penalty
Carlton Morris.
was hilarious. Oh my gosh!
What penalty? What are you talking about?
For Luton's goal, the penalty.
It's a penalty.
Look, go watch it. It's hilarious.
I missed it.
All
I don't watch Luton games because I don't really watch the Championship. I don't follow that league. So Luton need to go. They need to go tomorrow.
There's a match day in it. I just saw it. I said that was the penalty. It was hilarious.
Oscar just is a bit of a snob there. What do you mean Luton need to go? Come on, man.
No,
Let's
No, guys, did you see Pedro Neto's goal?
Bro,
yeah,
the defender, what's that geezer's name? Anderson.
You guys are
Fantastic goal.
you're focusing on the wrong things. You're focusing on the wrong things. Why on the Match of the Day hard camera that's following the gameplay can I see the screen where the goals are being shown? What's going on? This is not a real stadium.
At least they've got a screen, to be fair.
Ooh,
Ohio.
Some of us in there don't.
Certain clubs have
Some of us.
not got a thing. They've not
we
got
got two, bruv.
Oh,
We got
that's
two.
really nice.
Jumbo.
Oh, every
Big
stadium
one.
has to.
But
Yeah, he's been
listen,
out for like 2 years.
no, Pete, I can't lie. I think Derby's record is going to be broken.
It might get broken twice.
By all three teams. By all three teams, mate.
No, by all three teams.
By all three of them.
Bro, all
I
three.
think Derby
Bro.
record is going to be broken.
1, 2, 3 after each other.
Okay, guys,
I
let's
feel
move
sorry
on.
for them, though. You need to spend to make it in this league.
They'll be all right. I think they'll be all right.
Who? Whoa, you'll be all right.
No, as in they'll take the £100 million parachute payment. Off they go. See you later. They'll be back again.
They'll be back again.
Listen, do you think they care about winning? Do you man think they care about winning games? I know.
He's coming. They don't care.
Listen, I know
It's
people.
had time to on a free.
Guys, I know people that work at Luton. They are happy for that broadcast deal and that parachute payment. Let me tell you that right now. That's 200 million. That club is changed forever. It's changed forever.
I saw they're building a new stadium.
You think they care about 3 points? Let me tell you right now. They do not care.
I think when you get to the money, you want to stay making the money. So
Oscar,
if they stay in the
when
Premier
you
League,
get,
They're not going to.
go ask the administrators, bro. Go ask the people that register the players. They don't give a damn.
Well, hey, Peter,
200 million.
speaking of administrators, this club was in administration.
I like.
Don't close to the brink. They were training in the local park. Bro, this is that having a
Some people training at Bedfordshire Uni. Now they're in the Premier League, bro.
For a good time, not a long time.
They're doing burpees underneath the bridge.
Bro, they're invited to a party every weekend. They're you know what I'm saying?
I said at the start of the season, any team in the top half of the league of the table, if you drop points to Luton this season, asterisk by your name immediately. I don't care if you're in the league even asterisk because you lost to Luton.
There you go.
I'm not hearing that either. You must.
I'll tell you what. You know who we need to bring to the table. You know who we need to have a conversation about. They need to buck up their ideas. Okay, I just don't want to speak too soon because we played them on Wednesday. But Brentford losing at home 3-1 to Everton. You've got to be kidding me.
I told you this was on its way. I told you this was arriving. I did tell you.
It was
3
It was coming.
Ever
home.
it ain't been that bad this year, man.
It was coming. It was a perfect kind of meeting of Everton were like they were waiting. Usually they would have got that from the Arsenal game. Usually they get a win when it's Arsenal, but they didn't. So it was waiting. And Brentford have also not been that good. It's like a perfect meeting of like it was coming.
I tell you what, I don't know where this performance came from. They peppered Brentford's goal. They peppered the goal. It was a shocking performance. Absolutely shocking performance from Brentford. But hopefully we go there and we smack them up on Wednesday. What was you saying, Lola?
Endo not a Liverpool fan.
leave Endo. Just leave him.
He's a criminal.
Confused.
He's not serious, man. Player of the week, guys. Come on, let's get into it.
Trying to forward where's knickers and bras.
What?
Player of the week.
And he's
Oh,
gold dust. Flipping hell.
It's my favorite, guys. It's my favorite saying ever. Every time I think of Everton, that's the first thing. Oh, their centre forward was Nick Bros. It's hilarious.
Yo.
But
And somebody said he
Player
scored
of the
29
week, player
goals
of
in
the week.
100.
Player of the week is Son.
I don't think he was good.
Got
he
break.
was lethal. He was lethal.
You see that? You see that? 2 goals in the Emirates. Come on, man.
No, but I'm not mad. I'm saying I don't think it was no one else good this week because I don't think he was actually.
Oh, there must be more. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, there must be more.
Who?
That's what I'm asking. If it's him, it's him.
If not, my other one is Kieran Trippier because he got 4 assists.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking.
We're not talking.
You say that.
We're not talking. Guys, what did I say to you guys? I told you guys I don't watch the championship. All right, let's get these bums out of the league.
Look, I don't mind it. I was generally just asking because I don't think someone was great. I'm saying if no one else was like standout, then fair enough.
Man, back 2 in the North London derby. I can't get a player of the week.
It's my vote. It's my vote.
I'm asking because I don't think he was that good. So I'm asking anyone else good this week. If no, then it's on.
Yeah, he literally scored like 2 goals, and that was his performance.
Yeah.
That was it, literally. But he's lethal. For the fact that he's lethal, he had no sniffs at anything. But as soon as the blood dripped, bang, gone twice.
He's top 3. He's top 3 killers. I think I've seen in a while.
Do you think?
Him, Vardy, just like
He's a finisher.
Pure finishing.
Last season he was horrible, but generally speaking,
And apparently last season he was playing for an injury the whole season. Hence why he wasn't that performing that well. Apparently, so hey ho. Yeah, I'm happy with Son. I'm happy with Son. I mean, Maddison again. I didn't think Maddison was all that either. He had moments in the game, but I don't think it was all that.
How do you feel about him making? He made God's child backslide.
Okay.
Hey, listen. I need to know Saka's pay. I need to know because he's doing other people's celebrations.
I think it's banner.
I need to know because
so it is what it is. It's like
They're boys, isn't it? They're boys.
It's nothing like it's not malicious.
Yeah.
You see that?
I'm watching him.
But it's Saka. He's not malicious. He's a nice guy.
yes, Basuma, that was a midfield performance.
But Suma was good as well. He was good. There were moments.
Again, all of these performances were second half, which is why I'm asking about it.
Yeah.
We need to start quick on Saturday, though.
If anyone of the Newcastle guys has scored more than 1 goal, I'd say no, but it's Newcastle. Never mind. Yes, it's Son because it's like Sheffield United.
Son Heung-min is the player of the week. The team of the week, then it's got to be Newcastle United, surely.
Newcastle United, man.
Newcastle United, Jordy. Yeah, absolutely.
Because people will say, "Oh, but Sheffield United." But realistically speaking, how often are you getting 8 goals in a season?
Yeah, not getting 8 goals.
Brother, they scored like a goal every 12 minutes. That's insane.
On average.
That's insane.
Some people are trying to pretend like, "Oh yeah, but Sheffield United." But like, if it's just Sheffield United, then did City play them? Did they score 8 goals?
I lied.
2-1. It was tight.
Exactly.
Kyle Walker was playing for his life.
For his life. Do you know what I'm saying? And the point at San Siro. Well said, Assad. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well said. Goal of the week.
It was Dyer, the football Dyer, but I'm sorry. That Bruno Fernandes goal?
Oh, it was
fantastic. Fantastic goal.
Yeah, Bruno Fernandes volley. Woo! What goal?
What is there nothing at Newcastle? Nothing at Bramall Lane?
The Gordon one was nice. The Gordon one was a nice goal.
Anthony Gordon. What a man.
Nice.
Oh, by the way, I owe that man an apology, man.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, man. I was calling him Callum McManaman. I was saying I don't see that hype. 45 minutes. I said he'll be in the championship in 2 years.
I'm still not sold yet.
Yeah,
He's a baller.
Man.
Lola, you'll be sold this season. He's a baller.
We'll see. If I am season, then cool, but I'm not like on the train yet.
Guess what, guys? My stocks are in there as well.
People, out of curiosity, yeah?
Yeah.
Can we give like a... Let's do like a Forex trading section. So like,
Sure.
You're the expert, right? Where are the two places, where are the 2 stocks that people need to invest in now?
Listen.
So they can get ahead of the curve.
What you mean? Okay, so like you mean a player that no one's talking about, or a player right now? Because if people are not buying stocks in Szoboszlai, for example, you're a lunatic.
That's obvious. That's obvious.
Okay, so that's obvious, yeah.
Yeah.
That one's obvious.
You're not gonna make money. You're not gonna make money in that.
Okay, where's the Trossard stacks? Because I'm hearing nothing about him.
Oh, come on.
I'm hearing nothing about Trossard.
Boom, man.
He's Arsenal's Player of the Year in 2023. Where are the stocks? Where are they?
What? Saka be playing Quidditch?
No, Saka's doing his thing, but Trossard's been bossing. Trossard is Arsenal's best player in 2023. Right.
But how about he nails down a starting place? How about that?
Why? How about he be better than Martinelli for kickoff? How about
Wait
that?
there. You lot are a disgrace. The pair of you are pathetic losers. Look at you. You're from the Mourinho and Benitez situation. This is so poor from both of you. This is such this was a Chelsea 0-0. This is the Chelsea. This is the Chelsea and this is a Benitez and friggin' Mourinho. Unbelievable performance from you two. How dare you?
One thing I'll say to
I asked the footballer to start a game.
Oscar,
Listen, man know that he should be starting. You don't know he should be starting.
You all spoke about how Arteta is a bit mad. Are you going to sit there and tell me that Kiwior is a better centre back than Gabriel? Because you started the season.
Tell them, Lola. Tell them.
That's Gabriel has to get himself.
He's a better centre back.
Gabriel's now.
That's what happens, isn't it? Arteta's mad. The start lineup is a bit odd.
No, these men are not going. These men are going. Hasn't been the best player. He should be playing.
Back in the day, when Martinelli was not playing for Arsenal, I had them Martinelli stocks. Guess what? He got himself in the team. So then he showed it.
Yes. So to be fair, that's Peter's point, isn't it?
I'll tell you what, Adrian. Do you know who I think you should throw a little? You want a free bet, yeah. So this is something where you're not losing really money, but you could potentially win some. Do you know where your free bet should go to? Just keep an eye on Fabio Vieira. Just keep an eye on it. You got a free bet. There. All right. No money back guarantee. All right. Goal of the week.
Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah. Bruno Fernandes.
Can't do anything.
David, who's not that guy? Before you go, I have to bring up something first and foremost.
I've got one thing.
Hold on, let me go. This is my segment, lad. This is my segment, fam.
Give it to them.
We could go to the Netherlands, blood. Ajax fans, you need to humble yourself. You're losing 3-0 and you start dashing. What is it? Pyro. What was it?
Pyrotechnics.
What would they dash? Pyrotechnics, yeah, and you get the game suspended. Yeah, you're losing 3-0. Yeah, we could go to that to Paris, bruv. You man, them winning the game 4-0, but you're doing anti-LGB chants and all that. Yeah, you don't need to circle. You need to circle yourself down. We could go down to the championship, blood. Russell Martin, guys, having a stinker.
Russell Martin
having a stinker, blood. We could go to the Emirates. We have one in goal. Raya having a stinker, blood. No pressure, and you drop the ball in the 6-yard box in the North London derby. We can go to a little Italian Brazilian, mate. Huh?
Yeah,
Champions League winner, Premier League winner. Huh? Losing concentration, blood. We've just scored a goal, and you go and do that. What the hell are you doing, blood? We could go to the Allianz. We could go to the Allianz Arena. Oh, nah. Oh, nah. But I'm not going over there, blood. The one who deserves it, this fella, bruv, yeah? See footballers in Britain, bruv, yeah? We need to stop copying our American dons, guys. Because, fam, you're an athlete and you go on the podcast and you start talking crud and then you get pocketed for 90 minutes and you lose the game 3-1. Are you mad? This gentleman was born in the 90s. He's born in the 90s and he came up with some mad comments. He said, yeah, I'm backing myself over Liverpool. You know what? I actually think we're going to finish higher than Liverpool this season. I'm putting it out there, blood. Man goes over to Anfield and he gets pocketed by Van Dijk, mate. Mikel, Greggio, Antonio, stay off the podcast. You're not that guy, blood.
David, he didn't even want it for Van Dijk. He was ducking. He was trying to pin Matip. That was getting nothing either. Lovely stuff, man.
Can I go? Because I got one. I got one that hasn't been mentioned. I got one that hasn't
real
been
quick.
Go on.
mentioned. See, let me use the old school format. This player was born on the 3rd of July, 2000. Yeah? His middle name is Jerry.
Mad.
I just learned that now. His middle name is Jerry. That's crazy. Talented young player, but maybe he's getting a bit too big for his boots, right? He was born in New York City, right? And his parents emigrated to England. Since then, he's played for the champions elect, as they were once called. Loads of Middlesbrough, where he scored 3 goals, unimpressive. He then had a loan at Ring, I don't know what's her name, where he scored 21 goals in 37 appearances. He had such a good time in France. He went back to France in a bid to get a starting place to make it in the US national team. He scored a goal on his debut, but on his second appearance, he was awarded with a penalty in the first 10 minutes of the game, and he steps up, big striker. Say, yeah, I'm going to take this penalty at 21 years.
Hey, who's he signed to? He's signed to
AS Monaco.
No. He's agent, bruv. Who's he signed to?
Don't tell me Rock Nation. What?
I don't know.
Rock Nation.
Rock Nation. JZ. He's there with JZ. Okay. So he's there. Number 9 for AS Monaco. Not literally number 9, but he's playing the number 9 position. He said, I'm taking this penalty, number 10. Yeah, the 10th minute. He smacks it. Keeper saves it now. It happens. We all miss penalty. Messi misses penalties. Salah misses penalties. Cool, it happens. We miss penalties. 60th minute in the game, another penalty comes up. You're thinking, right, you miss one, give it to your other guys, give it to another player, blah, 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 give it to someone else. No, he says, I'm having it. Give me the ball. I'm putting the ball on the spot and I'm taking it.
Man said he's Hove, yeah? Dirt off his shoulder, yeah? All that.
He missed again. Smashes it. Keeper saves it again. 2 penalties missed in one game, and they go on to lose the game 1-0. I'm sorry. Folarin, Jerry, Balogun, you're not that guy.
Not that guy. Sort it up, mate. Sort it up, blood.
I'm so gutted, man.
2 penalties missed.
2. Hey, Baraka, sort it up, mate. Sort it up.
If he missed 1 penalty and they lost the game, he could have been in this list. But to miss 2.
Brother, it's the fact that Eddie is playing for us instead. We could have had him. We could have dealt with him. We could have had him.
Bro,
I've got one. Can we go to Europe? Can we go over to Europe very quickly? Because scenes of shocking disgrace took place in the capital city of the Netherlands, where we saw.
Yeah, we need to go back. We need to go back there. Yes.
Yes. This weekend caused a match to be abandoned because they absolutely went ballistic. 3-0 down against Feyenoord. And
within
after
40
55 minutes, there was players thrown onto the pitch, about 3 or 4 of them thrown onto the pitch. The referee said, nah, we're not having this. We are closing this game off. What did the fans do? They go outside. They cause havoc outside. We saw riot police. We saw horses, and we saw them smashing the director's box. You should see the director's entrance now. It's ridiculous. And Ajax are refusing to even take any advice from the Dutch FA in their terms.
They fired their technical. They fired their chief.
Honestly,
Sven, that's when he got sacked.
Yeah. He got fired after the game. Sven Misseltat, the director of football.
Wait, is Sven at Ajax?
Yeah, Ajax. And then they sacked him after the game because, and if you go onto Ajax Twitter and Instagram, it says because we didn't. Basically, they said they didn't trust him. They said there was not enough faith and support on board. That's why
Sven
he got fired.
Bullet.
Yeah.
You got hit.
That's a mad thing. That is a mad thing. I didn't know that. Boy.
And now they're refusing to play the game on Wednesday, starting at 55 minutes.
Yeah, they're refusing to play. Ajax, man. They're 14th in the Dutch Eredivisie. They are not that, guys. They've had a stinker. Yeah. They're in the Europa League with Brighton. They've had a stinker.
They fell off without Ten Hag, though.
They fell off massively.
They're saying he done a Sir Alex, just left them with duds, bro. He just left them like a Sir Alex thing. But yeah, that is not that guy.
No. We can't
come
leave.
on, quick.
I'm
It's
sorry.
10:40. All right, quick.
Sheffield United losing 8-0.
Oh, yes, of course, John.
They are not that team. You can't say that.
How are you going to
Hey,
be
this
called
is
the Blades?
Eight
How are you going to be
different
called
goal
the
scorers.
How you gonna be
Different goal
called?
scorers.
You man? How are you going to be called the Blades and get put to the sword, blood? What? Come on, man.
I don't know about you lot, yeah, but I could never see my team see 7 goals. That's crazy.
8.
8.
1 half. 2 half. 3 half. 4 half. This guy, you are shameless.
So you tell me when you're getting your next 3 points this year. And let me
I'll tell you what, Robin, it's not going to be next weekend. Do you know where they are next weekend? Let's get into the predictions real quickly. Next weekend, they are away. It's Monday Night Football. Oscar's going to be sweating on Monday night. Do you know why? Because they are away to Fulham during the top 4 podcast.
Oh, yeah, that's where we get our 3 points. That's where we get our 3 points.
Away at Fulham.
Yeah.
You're bluffing
to yourself, bro.
You're bluffing.
No, because away from home, we're a different proposition. Like we're not expected to come out and win the game and take the game. So when our opposition give us that kind of.
Does anybody know? Does anybody know why there's only 1 game on Sunday this weekend?
Because don't.
It's because we got Europe. We got Europe the week after. That's why.
My friend, let me ask the question again. Is there a reason why we have 1 game on Sunday?
Why?
We've got a game on Monday. We've got a game on Monday. We've got a game on Monday.
I told you, all the games, all the Mandan that are playing in Europe, they play on
Robin, it doesn't make sense.
Is the Newcastle game on TV?
No.
Okay.
Shockingly.
Robin, can I ask you a question? Are Everton in Europe?
No.
Are Luton in Europe?
Hey, Luton in the Prem.
So that game could have been on a Sunday. Yeah.
All right, let's go through them quickly, very quickly. Listen, 12:30 kickoff.
Sunday.
12:30 kickoff. Yeah.
I ain't gonna watch it.
Aston Villa versus Brighton and Hove Albion. It's a big one. 12:30 TNT Sports.
It's a good game there.
That is a very. I disagree though. I think it's gonna be a ball fest. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You're a hater. You're a friggin' hater.
It's a ball fest.
Unai Emery likes to play a little too. That's not going to be boring. That's not going to be boring.
I think it's going to be boring. Yeah.
You watch how high that line is, yeah? Go see how high that line is at Villa Park. You're going to see it in HD.
Brighton like to score goals. Aston Villa. I'm dropping everything I say. I'm getting it wrong. I'm messing up words, man. I'm sorry.
Listen, this is going to be the thigh rubber of the weekend. I can assure you of that. Let me see anyone. Arsenal away at Bournemouth 3-0. 3-0. 3 o'clock.
Look at this guy.
Hey, if it is 3-0, hey.
Yeah, Bournemouth, tough place to go, man. What are you going to do?
Shut up, man. We got up there, slap them man up there. We're not Chelsea shooting blanks. We slap them man up there.
Okay,
how about
goal and assist? Yeah, no.
It doesn't matter.
No, I'm asking you a question.
I don't know.
I'm saying prediction.
Prediction. The Arsenal win.
My predictions, yeah.
Arsenal win.
Goal and assist.
On Monday, I'm chatting to you. On Monday, I'm chatting to you.
All right, cool. Let's see what else is going on there. Man United at home to Palace. You know.
United win. Comfy.
United win.
Wolves are at home to Man City. With no Rodri. Let's see.
6-0 City.
Oh, we didn't even speak about Rodri. He should be another not that guy.
He's not that guy. He's been that guy because he never got caught.
He's finally
got caught. So
too little, too late.
Finally got his red card.
January 2022.
2 hands on someone's neck should. That's
you know. 2 hands. But some people said that it's not a foul. Some people said he got a yellow.
Sex, sadomasochism.
And this.
Lola, last season, Casemiro did the same thing, got straight red, and they said yes. He did the exact same thing. Nah. And they said that Gibbs White was acting too much. I said, excuse me.
So he sold it.
Excuse me.
Rodri made 59 fouls since he's been at Man City. He's got 7 yellow cards. It's a farce. It's a frigging
I'm
farce.
surprised it's only 59, to be fair.
It's a frigging farce.
Deserved it as well.
It's a frigging farce.
That's
Okay.
59 that they got, Adrian.
All right. Saturday night, 5:30. I'll tell you what, rub your thighs, ladies and gentlemen. Spurs taking on Liverpool. I need you to put them in their place. AD, Szoboszlai, Nunez, and Mr. Mohamed Sir Salah. You need to rock up to that toilet bowl. Vicario and
Liverpool
man
actually
there
don't
get pumped.
Liverpool actually don't do well at Spurs Stadium.
Hey,
They'll change that this week. Don't worry about that.
Normally.
Are you sure? We won the last year.
I don't know, you know.
I've seen Klopp pick up 4-0.
No, I've seen it, but it's not yearly. It's normally when Spurs goes to Anfield.
I think
Is
it'll
when
be
they
close.
get to them.
I think
So yeah,
it'll be close. Either be a
I
high.
can't lie. I hear a draw. I hear it.
I hear a score or
I hear a draw still.
either which way. It's not going to be some kind of easy kind of. Oh yeah, we'll definitely win.
I'll be
One thing I will say though, we need to start well because last couple games we've been a bit
I
slow.
promise you, put any of your attackers. Let them just even fake a shoulder feint. I remember you'll foul them and you'll win. It's fine.
I can't lie. Gakpo needs to start though.
Interesting. But yeah, I'm going Liverpool win. If they do anything but a win for Liverpool, I'll be just so furious, disappointed. Sunday, guess what you guys have got on TV, live on air on TV. Guess what your Sunday fixture is? You know, if you're gonna have one game, let it be a Super Sunday. Let it be something that will tantalize the taste buds. I give you Nottingham Forest at home to Brentford at 2:00.
Peter, Morgan Gibbs White, Elanga, Taiwo Aniwi. I told you guys today, I'm fixing up thing. I'm not to do it.
Hey, Peter, can you ask me who's playing in Serie A or Ligue 1 that Sunday? Because that's where I'm going to be. That's exactly where I'm going to be.
Great question. You could watch the Qatar Grand Prix if you wish. Let's have a look here. Let's see what's happening.
Big money. Crazy.
Let's have a look there. I'd go to the Championship and watch Blackburn against Leicester. By the way, I was at the Valley on Saturday. Unbelievable scenes, Jeff. Anyway, let's see.
Guys, he left his wife to go to the Valley and came home and watched Burnley versus Man United.
Peter's on the slippery slope.
He's a criminal.
I was a groomsman at your wedding, mate. Fam, what's going on, bro?
Brother,
intervention.
This Nigeria, you know. Channeling is in the interesting scene.
In the Mzungu is crazy.
Hey, if anyone wants
In the Mzungu is crazy.
Rugby World Cup is good. If you want to switch sports instead of watching Forest, rugby's there.
You know what? I'll be watching Udinese versus Genoa. That's what's going to happen. Okay, and
you need to take your wife out for dinner, mate.
That's what you need to do.
You need to take your wife out for dinner, blood. No football for you, blood.
Listen, Fulham, let's wrap up. Fulham versus Chelsea on the Monday Night Football when Oscar's going to be doing the football podcast. He'll be stressing. But people, thank you very much for joining us on this week's Top 4 podcast. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe. Big up to Lola, special guest as per usual. Big up to the crew that have been on. Big up all the commenters as well. Yes, mate.
Pete, would you take 10 million and your best friend goes to prison for 10 years?
Would I take 10 million if it meant your best friend goes to prison for 10 years?
Why are you
Is he your best friend?
What you
Is he your best
friend?
I'm trying to think.
Hey, if you say yes, is he actually your best friend?
He said no.
I'm trying to think.
No.
Think about it though, yeah. 10 mil in it, yeah. You think about it, 10 mil. Guess what? I could bail him out.
Oh,
You think this?
The bailout. Wait there. Think about this. The bailout could be like $1 million. I still got 9.
Yeah. Do you think people are doing 10-year stretches and you can just roll up to them with money and get them out? You think that's how it works?
Yes. Have you lived in this world for the last 30 years? Yes.
Oscar, here's how I'm saying yes. And then my friend is people, so they'll get out for good behavior, and then they can get 4 million out of it. There you go.
No, but there's caveat.
I hear that.
10
I hear
years,
that.
hard
I hear
time.
it. I hear
There's
it.
people where they'll come out to money, innit? I am
hear it.
taking.
You guys are actually scumbags. 10
Yeah.
mil.
I want
hear
that
it.
money. It's
My
cost
boy,
of
my boy will have 5 mil standard. We can call it a day. Call it a day.
But
He's out of
wait,
jail.
so your boy,
5 mil
your
out.
boy,
Call it a day.
your
Your
boy
boy.
goes in when he's 30. He comes out when he's
Your boy.
40.
And he
No,
comes out
35. Good behavior. 35.
Yeah,
Imagine
No.
imagine your boy's a father.
bailing him out.
He
I'm
misses
bailing
10
him out.
years. He misses 10 years with his kid.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
yeah,
Buying that car.
I'm
Yeah,
bailing him out.
The question
I've got
didn't
10
say.
million. I've
The
got 10
question
million.
didn't
I'm bailing
say
him out.
he's sentenced to 10 years. No, he's in prison for 10 years.
I'm
Okay, fine.
bailing him out with my
You
10
can't.
mil.
with my chest.
You
Can go to
guys are trying to do too
No,
much. You're acting like
his bailout.
Okay.
Yeah, Peter, you're right. His bailout fee is £10 million.
No, it'll be 9.5,
No.
innit?
If you want to bail him out and you bail him
500
out
pounds.
properly,
come on, man.
Okay.
Nah, no one's going to prison for
Yeah, I want 2 million. It's cost $1 million. Run it.
Listen, bro, I'm all about that dough, fam. You get me? Money answers all things,
And
bro.
they're saying there's no
Ecclesiastes.
bailing out. That's what he's saying. He said
said
there's no
no.
bailing out.
Anyone who says otherwise is wet.
Man's going on like, oh yeah, question 9, and then he goes 9A and 9B. No, question 9 was if you got 10 mil, will you know what I'm saying? That's the answer. Guys, that wraps up this week's Top 4 podcast. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe. Every single Monday, you'll see, man. Yeah, Top 4 podcast will be at the G-Tech Community Stadium on Wednesday. Arsenal versus Brentford. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe at Top 4 Podcast on Twitter, SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube.
You man are evil. You man are evil.
Twitter,
I don't
the
care.
whole lot. Crazy, you know what I'm saying? 10 mil, homie. Until next week, people, we are
happy to
out.
enjoy that money, you know.
Peace.